What are you telling me you think I'm out of my mind about?
You said something about Barkley being the greatest broadcaster outside of Howard Cosell. Jesus, what's the matter with you?
Who would you put there? I mean, you're talking
Jim Nance.
You're talking about
Al Michaels.
Oh, you were offended about the Barkley part.
Yeah.
I thought you Howard Cosell. I was like, what? You're putting Cosell over Barkley?
Well, I mean, Barkley's great. He's not doing games. Cosell did something entirely different. That's all.
Oh, no, but wait a minute. You're describing a whole bunch of different people. I'm talking about the reason I went Cosell just because there were only 3 networks in America, and the way that he stood out as a singular broadcaster and there were no others for the period of time that he was in. Right. That's the stature I'm giving Cosell.
This is like the Celtics winning the championship in a league with 8 teams. Barkley's competing against Netflix. He's competing against streaming. He's competing against people playing on their phones.
And
what was Cosell competing against?
Stugotz is sitting here arguing that Jim Nance. Put it on the poll, Juju. Juju has just landed, and he is headed over here, and he will put on the poll at LeBatard Show. Who's the better broadcaster, Jim Nance or Charles Barkley?
It's an odd thing to get bogged down on moments before the Knicks play the biggest game in 20 years.
It's weird that you would start there with me, but
I can't believe you said it.
Stugotz, well, what would your list look like? Because
I view him differently. He's a studio host. Howard Cosell was calling the biggest of games. He was calling fights.
They're broadcasters. They're doing broadcasting. Like, I'm not doing the calling of games. I'm just saying that people who are in the sports media at microphones doing sports broadcasting.
Stugotz, just to be clear, do you say that Michael Jordan does completely different things from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, or do you just say he's the greatest player of all time?
He's the greatest player of all time. That's
there you
fair.
Go.
Yeah,
that's what he's
I'm
saying
upset Dan didn't say me.
Okay, I understand. Stugotz is programming us today. He told me that he was going to wear a tie and a shirt and a jacket, and I don't know whether he forgot or.
Well, I have a couple of ties. The shirts and jackets, Dan, they were a couple of sizes ago.
They don't fit anymore?
You
haven't. When's
they're
the
not making XLs like they used to.
When's the
Such
last
a good
time,
take.
When is the last time you put on a jacket of any kind?
I don't remember.
You don't.
Now, Stugotz, I do have a serious question for you. Had you taken the WFAN job, would you have had to have worn a shirt and tie?
It's your second show. I understand it. I'm with you. No is the answer. No. I was not going to wear a shirt and a tie. No, program directors don't wear shirts and ties. GMs do. Program directors do not. They don't.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know what you're doing there. I would think that professional executives wear a shirt and a tie.
This is one of the few times where I'm like, I believe him.
Program director, you have to make yourself feel like you're part of the gang, part of the group, you know? You wear a shirt and tie, you're presiding over them. Yes.
He's right about that.
Thank you.
Like right when he puts on the tie right now, a nice little like pink salmon tie.
Little pink,
I feel a little weird about it. I feel like I can't say the things I used to, like behind the scenes.
Chris Cody, who's going to be here today? We have over the next couple of days here, we're going to be beat up. I do not look forward to how tired everyone is going to be tomorrow since we're already into the spicy margaritas.
You're talking about Greg Cody.
Greg Cody will be here tomorrow, but who is it that we have today? Who's missing right now?
Lucy is supposed to be here. Juju Gotti will be here. We got all the smoke crew will be here. This is very exciting, Dan. I'm very happy to be here when the Panthers are playing at home.
But he asked who's not here. Mike Ryan is not here.
I did not ask who was not here. I asked who was here.
It's the way Tony heard it.
And you skipped right past this. You do this all the time, which is why you're not in the top 5 broadcasters of all time. You don't listen. You just wait for someone to stop talking.
Yeah.
He just said sarcastically.
I'm going to say what I have to say. You're right.
I know.
Yeah.
He just said sarcastically that he's not happy to be working tonight because he'd like to be at the Panthers-Bruins game.
Just want to point out the second time today that Stugotz has incorrected someone.
Thank you.
Go ahead and hit the show open, would you? We've got a bit of news to react to here before Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes and their crew were asking me about what Pat Riley said at his closeout press conference. I will say that the Heat and Pat Riley have agreed once a year You go out in front of people and you go ahead and talk because you are someone who will say whatever it is that you want. And we find that a bit dangerous. And we got to be careful with how often you're getting out there. He does not do very much of this. And when he does, Stugotz, when he does the State of the Union stuff, he says more interesting things than Spoelstra does. So before we get to what Pat Riley had to say, can you just play for us what Jimmy Butler had to say? We don't know exactly when this was. His people said that it wasn't the night that it was released, but it was recently. He's got a drink in his hand, and you can hear, not just in the words, you can hear in the shakiness of his voice that he's had a few. So let's listen to him talking shit.
You got it? Yep. 1, 2, 3, action. If I was playing, Boston would be at home. New York, damn sure would be at home. Josh Hart. That mean to me. Josh Hart. Yo. Stop. Come on, man. Nah. I love Tibbs, but I don't want to. I love Tibbs. I love you, baby. I want to beat you to a pulp. You want me, I don't want you. It's like a one-sided relationship. You in love with me, and I love you, but I'm not in love with you. You know what I'm saying?
Stugotz, did you see what Pat Riley's response was to this?
I did not. No.
All right, let's go ahead and play that for Stugotz, the program director who doesn't pay any attention to the news.
Yep.
You know, for him to say that, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling, or is that Jimmy serious? If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
My man.
How long ago did he learn what trolling means?
Trolling.
He drilled, though, the shut. Let's listen to how he nailed the dismount like a gymnast coming off of the pommel horse and landing squarely to get the 10 score. Shut. Keep your mouth shut.
For him to say that, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling, or is that Jimmy serious? If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
There's nothing surprising that his attitude would be that. There's nothing surprising that he probably doesn't like very much that Jimmy Butler's paid $600,000 a game and very often misses that game and gets that check anyway.
There's also nothing surprising about Jimmy Butler saying those things when he's not playing.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler's agent has said that they're kindred spirits, that they're cut from the same cloth, that they will have honest conversations the rest of the way. He did say, Pat Riley did say, that he was not prepared to give Jimmy Butler the extension that's reported that he wanted, and he also said that he's not going to trade Jimmy Butler. I will tell you, though, that I've heard Pat Riley say he's not going to trade people before going to a Make-A-Wish dinner, and then he traded 9 Heat players during that charity dinner.
Dude, that's one of the most famous Pat Riley stories. Glenn Rice comes up to him and says, hey, man, I'm hearing a lot of rumors. My wife's from Miami. Oh, you love it here. And Pat Riley says, hey, look at me in the eyes. I'm not trading you. And the next day, traded him for Alonzo Mourning.
I love that.
What do you make of all of this? I mean, as someone, people are waiting for this to blow up.
So this is what it reminds me of, Dan. It reminds me of another famous Pat Riley exit interview, which was, if you remember, in 2014. You want to go get trending? Remember he learned the word trending that summer? And he said, you want to get trending? And he talked to LeBron, and then LeBron ended up leaving. So this summer it's trolling that he's learned. We'll see how Jimmy reacts.
What are your thoughts on the idea that he would say,
Trolling?
don't do that when you're not playing? When you're not playing, there's nothing unfair about that. Like, you didn't play in the series. To say that your teammates couldn't handle something and would get beat up, but if you had been there, Boston would have been sent home. I understand why he's objecting to that being commentary after they've been knocked out in 5 games.
Yeah, so there's a lot to unpack there, right? On the surface level, he's saying, hey, if you weren't out on the floor, you shouldn't be doing any talking, and you can leave it at that. Some would say the tone is a little finger waggy, fatherly, right? So
Grandfatherly.
You may not love that tone, right? Number one. Number two, also there's a subtext that could be read into it. Of, oh, so Jimmy could have been out there, but he wasn't. Right? Like, it's a little. I'm not saying that's what Pat was insinuating. I'm saying there's a subtext that could be read that, hey, if you weren't out there, meaning you had a chance to be out there and you weren't.
That dismount speaks volumes, I think. You could have ended that. He could have ended that sentence softer. Shut your mouth. He didn't love that.
He didn't say shut your mouth.
Keep your mouth shut is what he said. Is that those are not the same thing? Shut your mouth and keep your mouth shut are not the same thing?
No, it means right. It's different.
Is it different?
Yeah.
It's a little softer. Yeah.
What do you mean? Hold on a second. Put it on the poll. Is keep your mouth shut a little softer than shut your mouth?
Shut your mouth is like shut your mouth. Keep your mouth shut.
Don't open it.
That's like what your parents say when they're in like a crowded place where they really can't scold you the way they want to scold you.
Yes.
Instead of saying like shut your mouth, that may look bad. If they say keep your mouth shut, you're like, ooh.
Keep quiet would have been softer.
Gritted teeth. Keep your mouth shut.
Mm-hmm.
Keep quiet is softer. I agree with you. Keep quiet would have been different. It would have been softer. But if I'm a grown man, and we'll ask Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson this when they get here, J.R. Smith was supposed to be here, but I don't know what happened.
We got Jeremy instead.
Just like J.R. Smith.
Hey.
Exactly the same thing.
Right.
I don't know what happened with J.R. Smith. We will ask them. But proud men don't really like proud adults don't really like keep your mouth shut as a finger wagging admonishment in public. I can understand how it is that something like that would land less than delicately. I would say to you, however, that it would be exactly the same way that Pat Riley would speak to him in person. That is not something that he is saying publicly that he would not say privately and maybe has already said privately.
He would take the pause and everything before the shut.
I think he would be saying that is not the way that he wants anyone representing the team after losing in 5 games in the first round. But I obviously like it. I like it not just for content. I like it because it's confident. And I would say that keep your mouth shut is more flammable than what it is that Jimmy Butler did. What Jimmy Butler did also spread, and people are used to Jimmy Butler talking like Jimmy Butler. But now you've added fire to something that can be sensitive because the leverage in this is interesting. I mean, the idea that it would leak immediately after they get beat by Boston, that Jimmy wants an extension because his agent has to get him paid at 37 years old, and he has to be aggressive about saying, look at what happened when Jimmy didn't play, and look at what happened against the Boston Celtics when he did play. Give us our money.
Maximum leverage. And that's what an agent's supposed to do. It's not about your fiscal responsibility in the future. It's about, hey, this is a great opportunity for me to point out yet again how important my client is to your organization. Now, the problem is if you're the Miami Heat, fiscal responsibility is something they need to think about because the last thing you want to do is be locked into a team that has shown for the last couple of years at least to be a middling regular season team. We can talk about that run last year all we want, but the reality is nobody set out on October 15th or whatever to be the 7 or 8 seed. This team had Danes of being home court advantage, perhaps even better than that based on what they did in the playoffs. So I think it's one of those really weird tightropes that the Heat have to walk because obviously they need Jimmy. He's incredibly important. But do I want to commit 2 years from now to something that already is showing signs of a little bit of wear and tear? Probably not.
Jeremy, what are your thoughts here as someone who cares unreasonably about the Miami Heat?
Oh, it's not unreasonable. He gets paid by them.
Actually, today, the very calculated Pat Riley named every member of the media paid by the Heat and excluded me, Will Manso, and Kelly Sacco from that combination because we don't get paid by the Heat.
What are we doing here, Dan? Because
Well,
it's
what we're
WFAT. We're doing a weird Heat pregame
That's
show.
true,
We're talking
yeah, it's
about
weird.
Riley. The Knicks are playing a big
I can tell you what
playoff
I think about
game.
it.
Anti-Knicks agenda as usual.
Let's take some calls.
Jeremy, you had your chance to give me what it is you thought about it, and instead you again decided to defensively defend yourself against the accusations.
It's been a
that
hard month,
you're
Dan.
bought and paid for. What would you like to do to set up that we are WFAT and you are the program director and you are the king of all things New York media?
Chris, hit it.
WFAT. When your team is losing and you want to fight, WFAT will make you feel alright. When your dreams of glory have come to an end, WFAT will be your greatest friend. WFAT, from sea to shining sea, our callers are doing our jobs for free at WFAT.
That's how you do it, Dana.
Unnecessarily long.
Do we have more imaging? Do we have any more things?
imaging?
What more do you want?
Please. I don't want more. I wasn't sure whether that was a kazoo or a sax at first. It is very Stugotzian sort of.
I love the music trailing into the segment, that kind of music. That's what WFAT is all about, man. I'm telling you.
WFAT.
Lucy,
Mark Chernoff, legend.
I have seen you once or twice in the last 3 weeks. You have been flittering about. I don't have any earthly idea.
I was at the draft with Lucy. I didn't see her.
Yeah,
I mean,
when you're going to be here, or
Me neither.
what it is that. So what are you bringing to the show today? Can we, Tony? Can you go get her some of my popcorn to see if she still?
I'm on it,
thinks,
Dano. I've got some bad news from my comandante here next to me.
What happened? Amin doesn't like the popcorn.
Mid.
Exactly. I mean, what
Wow,
do you
you
mean?
were a little too excited there, Lucy. You were a little too excited.
WFAT.
that's how you do it, Lucy.
I'm actually watching the Met Gala right now, so if you guys need any updates
Really?
on how the outfits are looking, I've
We
got
do
them.
actually.
Who are the Mets playing?
Please.
Elle Fanning looks amazing. At first, I wasn't sure, but the texture of this dress is insane.
All right, but what I would ask you to do, Lucy, is cooperate with videos so that you can also show it to the audience, because we have Ben Simmons arriving at the Met Gala as well.
We don't have those rights. What do you think we're doing? The name of the show is Cheap Seats. Cheap.
I know, but we've got pictures of people, and you've got Ben Simmons. Look at what
he shows up to this?
Ben
I mean,
Simmons is on time here. He is
He
wearing.
fit the theme perfectly. That's the point of the Met Gala, is the theme. Oh, Tony, I don't really want this. What? You can have it back.
What's the theme? Is it Flavor
The
Flav?
theme is Sleeping Beauty and like time passing. What? Yes. And so that's the whole point of the Met Gala. I don't want to see you show up in a beautiful dress. I want to see you show up in an amazing dress that fits the theme.
WFAT.
You should get some pictures and help us with whatever Met Gala correspondence there is to be had during the game. Chris Cody is going to be running into the other room watching Panthers Bruins, I would assume, to give us updates there. And we're about ready, right? I'm being told in my headset here as the air traffic controller that we're about ready to find Stack and Matt Barnes wherever it is that they are, right? So you tell me, Chris Cody, when they're nearby so that we can have them make their grand entrance as part of the first time we'll be working together in public.
I also heard that they have arrived. Now we will just wait until we kind of see them in when they're making their entrance. Oh, I see doors now on our side shot, so they might be at the This is very exciting.
This is very exciting.
This is like old school, like wrestling. They're coming like through the bowels of this of the arena.
Look at this. All right. Yes. Look at this. Yes. Here they come. They are coming here, and we will have them here shortly. This is not the most glamorous of settings they have walking through a parking garage.
Dan, I need a pacer to hate. Back in the old days, it was easy. Like I had Reggie Miller, I had Dale Davis, I had Rick Smits. You know, I had guys. I don't know who to hate on this team. I mean, Halliburton, Nembhard.
T.J. McConnell is pretty easy to hate.
Siakam. I mean,
Stu, this is a scary spot for you because you guys are big favorites.
Expectations.
I was listening to podcasts coming in, and everyone's got this being a quick series for the Knicks.
I know.
Dangerous game.
Yep.
Do we not have anyone to meet these guys out there?
Are they lost? Do they not know where they're going?
They got a golf cart?
They do not have a golf cart. These are the cheap seats. We don't have a golf cart. I believe Matt Barnes is presently trying to steal a golf cart. I believe he's in the act of committing a crime right now.
WFAT.
Nothing like it, Dano.
Cool again.
And by the way, WFAT is presented by 1-800-Flowers. Save up to 40% off Mother's Day bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
Thank you, Chris. If you
Nailed it.
do not buy, yes, thank you. If you do not buy 1-800-Flowers for your mother or your wife or a loved one, I will come to your home and I will put a lot of diuretics in all the foods all around your house.
WFAT.
You will not know which foods they are.
Can someone help them? What are we doing?
Why are they? Can someone give Matt and Steven some? I think that's a storage closet.
It is a storage closet.
The same thing happened my first week here. I could not find the studio at all, and I ended up like walking up and down multiple levels of the garage.
What happened to our smoke machine? I was told that we put all of the budget into a smoke machine that they were going to walk through.
They smoked it.
It's right next to you.
They're nowhere near where we are, though.
I got you covered.
They are in the wrong part.
That's not the right floor,
That is
by the
the-
way. I can
it's
tell
the
by the
wrong-
parking spots. That
Watch
is
out
not
for
our
that
floor.
car.
They're walking up a ramp. Guys, down the ramp.
This is the wrong part of the building, but we will have
That
our
car's got to be confused. Like, is that Matt Barnes and Steven
Is that
Jackson?
Stack?
Oh, my God.
So great.
Dude, that person must be so confused.
He's going to dinner right now. Like, you won't believe who I saw. They're like, yeah, buddy, okay.
So they'll be here eventually.
But they're not anywhere near.
Tony, go
Get
get them.
out of the way.
Someone help them.
Get out of the way of the yellow Jeep. There are problems there. Stugotz, what else have you done for us as part of the programming of WFAT?
We have a phone number, Dan. People can call and leave voicemails, okay?
Really?
Oh, yes, we do. 305-501-0281. We have a phone number. Oh. Yep. How about that? I mean, I got stuff done, Dano.
Oh, look at what Lucy's doing.
I'm so hungry and I didn't get any food out there, so I'm
There's
eating the
tequeños out
popcorn.
there. I have
know.
one.
I'm really excited to try one.
You
Cheese
want one? I'll
sticks.
get
Yeah.
you. I'll get you one. I'm going to have two for me, though.
See if you can help Stack and Matt Barnes, too, please. They're all their loved ones are here, and they're with us, and we are now sharing our families together. We are merging our families, and, okay, there's Stacks. There they are. Okay, they managed to get in here, so they will get in here in a second.
You would think they would tell Matt and Stack.
The loved ones that were here.
Yeah.
You would think that
Yeah.
they would tell them
You know.
that they have to get in here, that they
Yeah.
have to come be with us. Can you get an explanation for me on what happened to the smoke machine? There was supposed to be a smoke machine.
Amin told you.
They smoked it.
They didn't smoke the smoke machine. That is not what happened.
You're rooting against me, huh? Is that how this works? You
so?
want your friend to suffer, right? You like rooting against your friends when it comes to sports.
On the Knicks,
Yeah.
no. I am rooting for Reggie Miller to be booed by the Knicks crowd. I am rooting for a close game in theater for us to watch. I would like Knicks Celtics in the next round. Pacers Celtics is less interesting, and I don't believe the Knicks have any kind of chance unless everyone gets injured to actually win the championship. So that is not something. I'm not fearing New York.
Porzingis is out. I mean,
I'm not and Murray is hurt in Denver. Like, I mean, one of the things we didn't talk about today when we talked about Denver, Minnesota, a fascinating series. We didn't talk about the way that Murray's calf injury, like trying to line up against Anthony Edwards, and when he's also going to be guarding you and you're limited, it's not a small injury.
No, it's not. Something else that we didn't talk about at all today, 3 hours of show, the two most interesting words in sports, Game 7. We did not mention Cavs Magic, not even once.
We didn't mention Caitlin Clark either. We mentioned nothing about Caitlin Clark and the start of the
Busy
WNBA
show,
season.
busy show
Welcome,
today.
gentlemen. Welcome.
who
Yes.
won that game, by the way? I mean,
Take a guess.
I mean, I'll believe anything at this point.
About to grab some refreshments on the way in.
Yes,
hey, guys.
it is lovely to see you, gentlemen.
Good to be seen. Good to be seen.
Nice tie, Stu.
Oh, 2-0.
Oh, the game has started. All right, we missed the tip-off. Welcome, gentlemen. We are happy to have you as part of everything that we're doing here.
One of them cheese things because I just ate. It's good.
I introduced Stack to Tequeños, Dan, so we're
did
off on
you?
a good foot.
What else? What other Latin food? Who was that? Hartenstein? Hartenstein.
Should I bring him a little bit of
Stugotz.
rocket fuel or no?
Tomato.
You should try to be a host, however it is you can be a
Okay.
host. I don't think that before today, Steven Jackson has ever had a spicy margarita.
And I
think
love it.
He tried to
Stop
set me up
lying.
for failure too with a
For
hot
real?
spicy one.
That's your first one?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Stack, man, we hung out so many times. You never had a spicy margarita?
I've never had a
I blame myself, Dan.
I know, right? Never had a spice margarita.
Accountability right there.
You know, back then, too, we was drinking straight out the bottle. We wasn't had too many cups. It was just straight Belvedere and vodka back then.
Pass.
Hey, Stack, what was the name of the drink that y'all had with the Warriors you'd have after every game?
Cannabis?
No,
the other one.
At the little bar, nothing but the best. That's what it's called. Steezy had this little tequila drink. It was like, I guess it was like a Patron margarita, something like that. But they called it nothing but the best.
Yeah, those days are really cloudy to me, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
hear stories and oh, really? That happened?
That team was so fun. You've never had more fun than playing for that team. You guys,
was a
it was
blast.
just undersized wings with Baron Davis burying poor Dirk Nowitzki.
They weren't undersized wings. It was the opposite.
We were
All their
big-
wings
big
were big as hell.
Yeah,
Big
we were
wings,
big.
yeah.
Forgive me, undersized team, large wings.
Yes,
Yeah.
undersized team, but big wings.
Jack
Back
and I
in-
were playing 4 and 5 at the time.
Back then, it was a lot of two guards that were 6'7", 6'8" around that time. Not now.
That's when you had 2 guards and 3s were the go-tos.
What were we talking about before they got here? We said that we
that
wanted
cheese thing that I just
Tequeños,
read. We were
yeah,
talking about
tequeños.
that.
We're talking
I
about
need a couple
tequeños.
more of them shits.
I got you, Stack. I'm going to see if I can bring him rocket fuel. Have you guys had Cuban coffee before or not?
I have not.
All right, I'm going to hook you up.
I don't drink coffee.
Oh, no.
Okay, then I'll just bring you Tequeños.
Yeah.
Matt, you good? I'll bring you some rocket fuel?
I'll take some.
All right.
Y'all trying to amp me up? I don't need to be turned up, Stu. I'm already turned.
You're good?
Yeah.
No, I want you to try this, though, because the
Okay.
last time we let someone try it, it was Trey Wingo, and he walked home from Miami.
Oh, I
And home
definitely
is
wanna try
Connecticut
it.
for him. Yes.
I think I want to try it now.
Yeah, right?
I do think you'd like it. It's not normal coffee. It's just basically a combination of a bit of sugar and crack.
I was about to say some cocaine in there.
Yeah, okay. Well, we used to that.
So what do we got?
We have the Knicks
Indy-
losing early.
Indy, Knicks. Are you guys always against the Knicks being out here? Is that kind of the rule?
Well, Dan is. I love the Knicks.
Okay.
I'm a Knicks fan, so this
Okay.
is very exciting for me.
We have a lot of transplanted New Yorkers in Miami, and they've sort of contaminated our city. It's a bit of a viral strain, and it's been. They're always down here telling us how much better New York is than Miami, and then they move down here.
I think this is going to be a really interesting series, though. I think the Knicks have guys like Hart and DiVincenzo playing out of their mind, but who's their true second option? Is it
don't
one of
have
those
one.
two guys? And then you look at Indiana with Siakam playing well. Halliburton hasn't necessarily played well yet, but obviously they're here in the second round. They got a lot of role players really playing well. Miles Turner's playing well, so I think this is going to be a really good matchup.
Julius Randle, a lot of people view his absence as
A blessing in disguise?
Yes, but when you say second scoring option, that
be him.
is a second scoring
That would be him,
option.
right.
So you say what to?
Hey, cheers to you walking back to Cali and me walking back to Atlanta.
It's a long walk.
Oh, Stacks, you're trying that?
I might need 13 more of these. I'm walking back to Cali.
Wow. Good luck, guys.
Our callers are doing our jobs for free at WFAT.
Dan, let's go to Zach on a car phone. Zach, hello.
That's nasty.
Hey, Dan, Sue, long time, first time. Zach in Cleveland here. Just want to know what your thoughts on Jalen Brunson. Is he shooting the ball too much? Is he a ball hog? Or does Thibodeau need to give him a talking to? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, bye.
We're taking calls.
Yeah.
Come on, Dan, answer the question. Jalen Brunson.
Before you ask
Right.
that question.
Too many shots for Jalen?
What do you mean too many shots? As opposed to what?
Not
He's the
enough.
guy who can get shots.
You
He's
should have
the
hung up
guy
when
who-
you asked that question.
I think he's got to be. What is he averaging? 30. Jeez, he's averaging 35. He's got to be in the 35 to 40 range for this team, as I just mentioned before.
For them to win, you're saying,
who's
yeah.
their true second option? I think again, guys, role players are playing really well, but they don't have that with Randall out. Who's their true? Is it OG? Is it Hart? By the numbers, but they don't have a true second option. So I think Jalen Brunson has to be pick and choose his spots, but I think he has to get up at least 25 shots a game.
WFAT.
He's the leading scorer in the playoffs. Brunson is, right? Like he scored more than Doncic. He scored more than Anthony Edwards.
What are your guys' thoughts? You guys heard that was it Charles Oakley and Jason Williams from ESPN said that Brunson has a chance to be the greatest Knick?
Tripping.
I don't want to get carried away, but I think
It's
he
early.
is the greatest Knick.
It's early.
I'm gonna buy a chip there.
I mean, what do you? You're the one that said tripping. Let me hear what you're thinking. I mean,
I love Jalen Brunson. I love his game. I love everything about him. I think if he continues, he has a chance to be among the greatest. But the top two names on the list is Walt Frazier and Willis Reed.
Ooh, no Patrick Ewing,
not one,
huh?
but two.
Wrong.
They got two of them. What you got, Stugotz?
I'm looking for my list of top 5 Knicks here. I'll have them in just a second.
He had it. He did have it earlier, and he is ready to be prisoner of the moment with Brunson because, I mean, Melo did a lot in the mid-range game, but everyone loves a Bernard King type who's just going to go out there. You forgot about Bernard King. How disrespectful.
But
So disrespectful.
Blame it on the weed, not my heart.
But Bernard King only was with the Knicks for a couple of years. His tenure wasn't that long, and I don't think they got out the first round when he played for the Knicks. Now injuries did that. I'm not taking anything away from Bernard King as a player. I'm just saying, like it's like when people say, is Charles Barkley the greatest player in Suns history? He had the greatest season, but he was only there for like 3 years. So it's like, how do you compare that against people who had multiple years of excellence?
What about Ewing? He went to 2 finals, although they couldn't get it done. 2 finals.
Yeah,
absolutely. Ewing is up there.
Ewing.
I have a list if you're ready to go here.
You have a top 5?
I have top 5 Knicks of all time. Yeah.
All right. Any OLI or just go right to
I
it?
have 3 OLI, 4 actually.
All right, 4 outside looking in. Let's see, before we get to the top 5, who you got?
Bernard King. Bill Bradley.
Senator Bill Bradley?
Yep,
Dollar
Senator
bill.
Bradley. Dollar bill. Well done, Stacks. Patrick Ewing.
What? He's outside the top 5?
Earl the Pearl.
Like Jesus.
Number 5, Clyde Frazier. Number 4, Willis Reed.
Captain.
Number 3, again, not trying to get carried away or be prisoner of the moment. Number 3, Isaiah Hartenstein. Number 2, Jalen Brunson.
What's happening right now?
And number 1, Nicotine.
Enunciate, please.
I love that, Nick.
How many other top 5s do you have for us today? Let's see. How many other top 5s do you have?
Let's see. I have top 5. Well, for Stacks and Barnes, I have top 5 guys in the NBA that connote marijuana.
Ooh.
All right. Let's see what we have there. Whose name?
I think I have top 5 JRs. I got a lot going on tonight. I mean,
All right.
What's the score?
All right. So what is the score?
12-8 Indiana.
That was a question I was going to ask J.R. Smith.
Oh, that's too soon.
What? Come on.
Funny, though.
What happened to J.R.? I thought J.R. was coming.
So do we.
He had a golf tournament that he had to get to last minute that I guess he forgot to remind us about.
I'm sorry. Is it a bad subject? It's sort of.
No.
No, he's good.
He's still our
Number
guy.
5, Stugotz.
Mark Blunt.
No proof he actually partook, but just guilty by association.
we're
huh?
only-
Just guys in the
we're
NBA who
number 5.
connote marijuana.
We're only at number 5. Hold on a second.
Stu is sick, man.
Number 4.
Tree Rollins.
Number 3.
Jeremy Roach. I love you guys.
Oh, shit.
Stu is sick, man.
Number 2.
Shake Milton.
That's a great one. That was excellent. That should have been number 1.
It should have been number 1.
There's something better than that?
That's
There's something better than that?
crazy.
You got something better?
Bol.
That's pretty good, too.
Wordplay is on one today.
My face hurts from laughing. We only been here like 5 minutes.
Bo.
Reggie Miller didn't make the list?
Yeah, that would have been a good one. J.J. Redick.
It's my list.
It is his list. How about?
Feel free to make one. I mean, got plenty of time to kill.
Do you have top 5? Anything else that is worth getting to?
I have NBA players who were so close to making that first list, but they were just a letter off.
Oh, just one letter off.
Yeah, no particular order, by the way.
It should be good.
Sean Hemp.
Sean Hemp.
No particular order.
Why no particular
That's not how this
order?
works.
I got a lot going on.
Come on, it's his list, guys. It's his list.
Why no particular order? You didn't have time to organize it?
Yeah, Nikola Tokic. The Toker.
Did you snort?
Yeah. Oh my goodness, bro.
Willis
3.
Weed.
I like that one.
Number 2.
Isaiah Bong.
I don't.
Land too
Well, but do you
Isaiah
know,
Wong.
Do you know
who he
he's
is?
a UM player? You're not. Yes, it didn't land.
He's on the Pacers.
Is he? Okay. He's on the roster?
On the roster. He's in street clothes, but he's on the roster.
That counts.
Number 1.
Kinda.
I said no particular order.
Okay, fine.
Munchie Norris.
Norris.
And Steve Hash.
That's a couple of letters off. It's more than 5. Did you guys? I wanted to bring you in on what happened with Jimmy Butler while we're in a timeout. What happened with Jimmy Butler and Pat Riley? Can you guys just play the sound? Because I know that Matt. These guys are Stephen and Matt are very proud adults. I don't think they like very much being talked to like children. And that's not the sound I want. I don't want the Jimmy Butler sound. I want the Pat Riley sound of what Pat Riley said to Jimmy Butler today in the press conference.
You know, for him to say that, I thought, is that Jimmy trolling or is that Jimmy serious? If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
The fact that he knows what trolling is, I'm surprised.
That's the craziest part of that sound for me.
Yeah.
Trolling.
I'm not mad. I mean, we know Pat is old school, and although the game has progressed and changed and gone different directions, I mean, they still run a straight lace ship over there. So, not surprised by what Pat said. Interesting what Jimmy said. Obviously he's playoff Jimmy and been able to do his thing. But me looking at that as well, like if you're not on the court, how are you going to say the things you're saying? Normally your game backs it up. So to hear your words, it just didn't land well with me. But I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, he could have choose better words. Ain't no shutting me up, and ain't no telling me to shut up.
What if Pat told you to shut up?
You shut up.
Okay, so you're looking for a job.
You shut up.
I mean, Pat Riley would say, he and Alonzo Mourning would get into it face to face, yelling at each other, and Pat Riley would say, "Go ahead and tell me, fuck you to my face, but teach me something. Teach me something." Like he didn't mind confrontation as a part of growth. He wasn't. But I don't know. I mean, you particularly don't take well to disrespect, and someone saying
I don't disrespect nobody.
So are we saying what Jimmy said was disrespectful?
No, I'm saying that Pat Riley, that shut your mouth can be taken if you're an adult. And not saying it in public. Shut your mouth
to another grown man can be taken disrespect. But I don't see nothing wrong with what Jimmy said. He was. If I was playing, we would. He confident.
But if was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
Yeah, but all the players do that.
Yeah, but Steven, it means more when Jimmy says what he says when he's actually still playing.
No question.
When he's going through the Celtics and he says something, it means something, right?
It holds more weight if you're playing, no question. But that's how he felt. If he would have been playing, they would have did better.
I don't know if they would have won.
Get off the stool, Pat.
No, Pat ain't changing.
You, Steven, you root for the Pacers.
Neither is Jimmy, though.
Huh?
You still root for the Pacers, right?
I don't root for any team. I mean, if I had to root for a team, I'd root for the Warriors because out of all the teams I played for, that's the only team that treat me like family. So if I root for any team, I would root for the Warriors.
You say the only team that treated you like family, but you did tell me the story on South Beach Sessions of Rick Carlisle holding your hand while you were in surgery for a long time without anesthesia after, getting your face messed up.
Yeah, man, Rick, forever have a relationship. That's my guy. I can call him anytime and talk to him about anything. So we definitely have a bond that'll probably never be broken.
But that's different. You're making a separation. I don't mean to cause conflict with you.
No. That's separate from the organization. It's a personal relationship.
And why is it that the Warriors were the only ones to treat you like family?
I mean, basically it's simple. They appreciated what we done when we was there, the time we were there. You know what I mean? And we still have a lot of love there. I think every time we go back, people still tell you that these guys won championships, but we still remember y'all in Oakland.
And Jack negotiated his own 3-year deal by himself at dinner.
Shout out to Bobby Rowell.
Yep. Why I had 2 years left on my contract. With no agent.
And then asked to
And
get
no
traded.
college degree. Tell them me, you know I brag on that. No college degree. Boys ain't smart at all, but I know how to count.
Barely high school degree.
Barely high school.
Yeah, I got 1.3.
He knew how to make it math, though. That's all that matters.
Make it math.
Make it math. Make it math.
How'd that happen at dinner? How'd that go?
Well, it was just simple.
They were scared of Jack, but go ahead.
I had some good friends in the organization, and I had them get my stats and the stats of the guys. You know, Mike Red and a lot of those guys that was making some money and what I was averaging, and my stats were better than a lot of those guys. And I told them I needed to get that, or it's going to be consequences.
Or else.
I believe it.
Dan, you know, one of the funniest things about both Stag and Matt, I went back and looked at their stats, their first playoff games ever for both of them. And both of y'all balled out. Like, you played really well in your first playoff game. And a lot of times, guys get jitters. Stack, you started your career in New Jersey, and then you get to San Antonio. Your first playoff game was that championship run. Matt, your first playoff game was the We Believe run. What do you guys remember what them feelings were like before you played your first playoff game?
I know I was nervous as hell. I mean, I can't even lie because I started the season off on the bench, and halfway during the season, now I'm starting. So, playing on the San Antonio team, the only expectation is championship. I was going to a team with a lot of expectations and a new role, so I was nervous, but at the same time, it's still basketball. Smoke a joint, go to sleep, come to the game, even kill, and see what happens. But, at the same time, we went out there and played hard regardless. But we was nervous. I know I was.
Me, similar situation. Had to make the roster to begin with and went from the last man to starting or the sixth man. And I was hard, so I wasn't really nervous. I mean, to be honest with you, I was nice and calm and ready to go and went out there and tried to perform the best of my – cause I knew early on, obviously, this is my first year I'm really getting to play. So I knew who our guys were. It was Jack, it was BD, it was Jay Rich. So to me, to be able to go out there and fill a role and find out what that role was early, I never really felt like there was pressure on me because I wasn't the star. So my job was to do and plug holes and do the dirty work, and I was good at that. So, just translating from the regular season to playoffs, I was just more excited to actually be there and be in the moment and actually have my mom there because if you guys remember, my mom died at the very beginning of the next season. Yep. So struggled the first 2 or 3 years to get on. Finally get on, my mom would get to see me play, so it was just really being out there and being in the moment and seizing the moment.
Yep.
That's where you guys became real friends, right? I mean, Matt's mentioned that one a couple of times in terms of you really being there for him when he was spiraling a bit.
Yeah, that was big. I mean, it's, my boys will be 16 this year. So 17 years in November since my mom passed, but it was within a month diagnosed and died, and it was the beginning of the following season. So the diagnosed November 1st, died November 27th or 28th, so 26 days within being diagnosed, and I was gone, lost, and took some time off, and Jack was the one day in, day out, whether it's a phone call, whether it's bringing some food, whether it's coming over and chilling, coming over and smoking. He was just there. Obviously the whole organization was great, but I think Jack went out of his way just to make sure that I was good. And, obviously we went from, we were already brothers because that We Believe season early brought us all together, but it kind of just solidified, that, this guy would be my guy for the rest of my life. So that definitely was kind of the crowning moment of us. And from that to be able to do what we're doing post-career has been great.
I kind of feel like it was just meant to be because of the situation. But what people don't know is my mom and his mom had hit it off.
Yeah, close.
I'm talking about immediately. Calling each other once she left, they were super close. So, like you said before, I've kind of learned how to deal with death different than people. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to be there for him in whatever way I could because I've had so many people there for me in my lifetime, losing my older brother at 16. So I was familiar with the situation, so I knew how to be there for him. You know what I'm saying? I probably didn't have all the answers, but I just wanted to be there. And, that's when the relationship grew. And, we brothers for life now.
It's nice to see the partnership you guys have formed. I told Matt this the other day when he was on with us. It's nice when people have the chemistry of like a genuinely shared love. You don't see that a great deal in broadcast television. The TNT crew has it. It's one of the reasons that they're the best that's ever been. Stugotz, what's going on in this game?
The Knicks are up 6. Well, they're up 4, but they're going to the foul line for 2. I'm ahead on my computer here. So spoiler alert, they hit both of them. They're up 6. Yes.
Is that the third greatest Knick of all time at the free throw line?
That is number 3, yes.
Don't eat the coaster, I mean.
Yeah. Right
Stack, he just asked me, he's like, can I eat this? I'm like, nah.
How's the coffee kicking in, guys? I mean,
it's starting to tingle a little bit in my chest. I think it's working its way to my nervous system.
Sometimes, Stu, I be on so much, I don't know what hit me and what's what. You know what I mean? I can't tell what hit me.
What's kicking in and what's kicking out?
Something is flowing through.
What did McAfee say? I'm pumped full of everything. McAfee said I'm pumped full of everything.
Stack, I'm embarrassed to say I took a bite out of it, but that's because it's not like a perfect circle. It looked like a chip, you know. So I was like, "Oh, this is." I took a bite out of it. Yeah, I didn't get through it though.
Dan, what are your guys' thoughts on this new TV deal? Obviously, the end of 2025, new deal, and there's talks that Turner may not renew, and it could be the end of one of the greatest, if not the greatest, basketball. What do you want to call it? Show?
It's the greatest basketball. It's the greatest sports studio show that there has ever been.
Who's picking up the rights? Meadowlark or?
Meadowlark will not be. We can afford these guys and not a lot else. These guys and you, and then we don't have anything left over.
Great on.
Throw 5 on it.
But, that's the greatest sports show. Everyone has tried to emulate that show, and it's interesting that Ernie Johnson says that he's not leaving under any circumstances, and then Barkley says he won't do the show without Ernie, right? Isn't that... But Barkley also said that he would retire at 60, and he's not doing that. And he said he wouldn't take the Saudi money, and he was considering that very strongly.
Yes, he was.
No telling.
But if they did the pre and the post with no games, wouldn't people still watch that? Because you can do that.
If they did the pre and the post, but anybody who would buy the rights would want to take that show with them.
The whole package.
Like they'd want the whole thing.
Well, they're talking ESPN, Amazon, and they're trying to see if it's going to, don't quote me, I think it's Turner, and then ABC is going for that third slot between those two teams, and they're talking about Turner may not throw in. I think they have to, it's NBC?
NBC Peacock.
Yeah. So they'd have to, go to like $2.6 billion per year?
Yeah, the big problem is Turner's owned by Warner Brothers Discovery, and they've been doing a lot of cost cutting over the last couple of years. So the feeling is that they're kind of not wanting to go where the money's going. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, NBC, which is owned by Comcast, they want people to have a reason to subscribe to Peacock. So they're willing to put in the money to put the games on Peacock, and in return they say we'll put 2 primetime games on NBC.
Those NBC theme songs were dope back
That's pretty good. John Tesh gave us the rights to that because he has the rights to that. You can find on our computer.
Gave it to
somewhere.
Meadowlark?
He gave it
Wow.
to.
Gave it to Dan. I was there. I remember.
He said that we can have because
I like their version better.
Their version was pretty good. They did it. They did it pretty good. But
They've had about 8 shots of that coffee you gave us.
You have somewhere in the system that's him giving us the rights to that. Lucy, what's going on in the Met Gala?
Kim Kardashian, I could not be more upset with her. She had this insane corset look that she can't breathe in it, and she looked amazing. She wore a cardigan over it.
What?
Like I know. She's wearing probably a $100,000 dress and put a little sweater over it for the Met Gala. She shouldn't be invited back.
But question, did you hear her get roasted last night at Tom Brady's roast?
Yeah, she did.
Holy shit.
Sideswiped on her.
Oh, my God. Oh, they got her.
It was hurtful, for sure.
Was it? I forgot the guy's name. I wasn't familiar with his name, but it was brutal. It brought her back down to earth a little bit, I think. A little gut shot.
Kill Tony.
Let's kill Tony.
I
Tony
it was
I thought what Tom Brady said was worse.
Oh, that Kanye's watching the kids?
That was tough. You could see her face. She was like, don't you dare.
That was good. There it is.
That on a Saturday afternoon? Electric.
Yes, absolutely.
It's electric. Boogie, woogie, woogie.
Bum, 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 banana. I can do it, Dan. I can do it all day.
What do you guys do with the fact that this team shifted from Halliburton to Siakam when Halliburton got hurt and Halliburton is still sort of playing hurt? And Halliburton seems like he's playing hurt because he was trying to get to the incentives of all first-team NBA rush back.
That's a loaded question.
Yeah, it's real low.
But go ahead.
I'm not sold on Siakam. I never have been sold on Siakam. You know, he couldn't do it in Toronto. What makes you think he's going to come here? And, you know, I'm just not sold on Siakam. But I love Halliburton. I love what he brings. I love everything he does. He's the star of that team. And you want your star to push through injury, especially this far in the season, this point in the season. You want your stars pushing themselves. So I'm big on Halliburton. Just don't think Siakam is a good sidekick for him.
But if you remember, Siakam's best years were as a sidekick year was we hit that number 2 option when Kawhi was the number 1 option. So I think if Halliburton can get healthy and and I don't know if he's going to get enough time because I think the Knicks will win this series, but I think they could be a good duo if Halliburton is the number 1. But is Halliburton a number 1? You know, I think he's proved this year he's had a hell of a year, but is he long-term, is he a number 1?
You don't think he's a number 1?
I want to see it more. Like I've seen it. He's had a hell of a season. Don't get me, I've been a big fan. I was in Sacramento working with the Kings when they just tried to trade Sabonis for Halliburton and how crazy the Kings fans went for that trade. It ended up working out for both teams. Obviously, he's had a hell of a year. I'm a huge fan of Halliburton, but I want to see it consist. Is he a consistent number 1?
I mean, you don't have any doubts that he's a number 1, do you?
I think he's the best point guard, pure point guard in the league. Ooh. I think what Matt is saying, though, I agree, is he needs his scorer. He needs his Amari Stoudemire to just be a monster that just racks up points. Or Sabonis. Well, not Sabonis, I think, because Sabonis needs the ball in his hands as a passer a lot. He needs someone who's like a play finisher. Like Amari is the name that comes to mind, that kind of comp. I don't know who that is in the league right now, but I think if he had someone like that, it would make life a lot easier because if I'm a team, I'm playing the Pacers, if Tyrese scores 30, I'm happy. And he has 5 assists or 6 assists, I'm happy. I don't want him getting double-digit assists.
This sounds like a doubt-off. Who has the most doubt here, Amin or Matt? Who's got the most doubt in Halliburton?
Oh, I think it's Matt. Matt just...
I don't have the doubt in Halliburton.
It's a doubt-off.
I have the doubt that consistently he's that number 1 guy that's going to be if he's the number 1 guy on top of his assists, he has to be 25 to 27 a game. I don't think
not enough.
I don't think he's that from a scoring perspective. I think he can do that, but I don't think he can do that night in, night out. I agree with Amin. I think he needs someone to be able to do the heavy lifting. So when he's giving you 17 assists and 25, that 25 is like, yeah, cool. But it's not going to. We need that 25 every single night from you. I want to be able to see that.
But Dan, like, it's one of those weird things. They could get that guy. I would still say Tyrese Halliburton's their best player, but he's not their scorer. He needs a scorer to play with.
Facts.
I know that these guys want a different media, the way that it's been covered throughout their career. They'd like to be a part of changing.
Is Halliburton a number 1? That's how we do it on FAT. Let's
open up the phone
call,
line.
305-501-0281.
Our callers are doing our jobs for free.
I would like I'd like the Meadowlark PR team to send out to all outlets, Barnes, I doubt Halliburton. I'd like this partnership to start with a betrayal.
Let's go to Rody in New Jersey. Rody, go ahead.
The bus, huh?
This is Rody from New Jersey. First time, long time.
Yeah.
Listen, Stu, I just want to say right now, get rid of Alonzo. New York Mets, trade him. He's overrated. Lindor, worst contract in the history of baseball. Get rid of him. I'm sick of the damn Mets. You know what? Let's go Mets.
The polar bear? I mean,
Get rid of him, Stu. What do you think?
the audacity at 1-4 for him to go to a concert. Do you remember? Beginning of the season, 1-4, Mets off to a bad start. The audacity for that guy who has like 17 home runs and is on pace for 95. Damn, we're doing the show I want to do. What are you doing?
Keep going, Stu. I'm with you.
But for him at 1-4 in that spot to attend a concert, I mean,
impossible.
Get rid of him.
Would you like one of these cheese thingies?
No, thank you. I'm lactose. Start fucking this room up.
You just drunk that coffee.
More coffee?
Stack the tequeños are fire.
Man, these things are crack.
You guys have thoughts on Peter Alonso?
I don't watch enough. It's
Pete.
I don't watch enough
His friends call him
baseball
Peter.
right now, to be honest with
Yeah, I
you.
don't
Ever
even know
since
what that
the A's started playing Moneyball 15 years ago,
Right.
that was my team.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think you asked a very good question before, Matt, like the Knicks' number 2 scorer, because
Yeah.
Randall's out and he'll be out for the remainder of the season. But I think what the Knicks are doing, and it's proven successful thus far, it seems like every game a different guy is the new number 2.
And that's hard.
And right now it's hard.
That's hard to game plan for.
Yes.
That's hard to game plan for when you don't know where that number 2 scoring is going to come from, especially when you can't stop their number 1. I mean, Brunson's absolutely incredible. Yeah. So it is a kind of a gift / a curse, because you don't know where that 2, it can be anybody in given night, but it just has to consistently be somebody.
The blessing in that is, too, they having success. Having success without him.
Yeah.
You get him up out of here and use him for, you can use him for a good piece that you can use.
Got to trade him.
Wait, you guys think Randall is enjoying this?
No, he's not enjoying it.
He prefer them losing, right?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Damn, are we going that far?
I'm not going to say.
I'm just asking the questions.
I'm not going to say he's sitting there at home rooting for him to lose. But in the back of his mind, he knows if as far as they go without him, that's making him more and more trade bait. That's just how it works.
It minimizes his value.
Exactly.
That's the game. That's how the game
But
goes.
I think they're gonna fall short because they don't have someone like him. It's weird. I always felt like this, like moving the ball, motion offense. It's cool and it's great. But at some point in the playoffs, you reach a point where you just need
got to throw it to somebody.
Somebody who everything went wrong and they still went and got one.
But also the way Tibbs plays these guys with their minutes. When are they going to? I'm not saying when, are they going to run out? I could see them beating Indiana. I got the Knicks, to be honest with you, in probably 5-6 at the most. So you get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and you guys, Hart's leading the playoff in minutes, if I'm not mistaken, about 44, 45 minutes a game. So
Yeah.
Tibbs has a history of running guys to the bone. Pause. So is that going to catch up with this team with no true second scorer? Are these guys' legs going to be able to hold up in that next round if they're able to get to that next round and still be that? Guess who's going to be that second scorer?
It's a natural thing, though, right? I mean, Steven answered quickly, but it's a natural reaction. You don't want the team to be as good when you're not there. I root for this show to fail when I'm not here.
Same. I feel that.
Hey, thank you for your honesty. I love that. It's like, forget this show on my off days.
Yeah, but Matt, you were surprised by that. How quick his answer was.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I wasn't necessarily surprised. I mean, Jack is straight, no chase. So,
Stag, I want to ask you a question. You played for Rick Carlisle.
I love him.
How surprised are you to see him be like lovable Rick Carlisle now, like easy going on his point guard and everything?
Well, I think Rick has been great at involving with the times.
Yes.
He had me, Ron Artest, Jermaine O'Neal. He had the worst of the worst all at one time and dealt with that. He deserves a woosah. And I think he's in his woosah phase, you know what I'm saying? But Rick done been through a lot, man. I think, like I said, he's good with making adjustments and involving over the year with the league and the way it's changing. And I think the way the players has changed, coaching style has changed as well, too. So I think he's just adapting to the way things have changed.
I think that's big, too, because you look on the flip side, it doesn't look like Tibbs has kind of adapted at all, but still his formula is successful.
He found the guys that'll play his style.
Hard-nosed college players that can translate to the league. But any kind of divas, like this new generation, and I'm learning too. Obviously, I'm coaching teenagers now, but to me, it's less about X and O's with this younger and next generation. It's more about relating to them and bringing them with you instead of strategy, because a lot of these kids can play. So it's more about how can you relate to these kids? How can you make them buy in? How can you make them believe?
Man, because you're coaching, obviously your twins are playing. They're hooping at a high school level now. My kid is 13, and the thing that I'm noticing is a lot of the kids are skilled the way that 13-year-olds should not be skilled.
Low IQ, though.
No idea how to play because their whole lives have been drills and kind of cones and in a gym.
But not games?
But not games.
Right.
They don't play enough games and enough unorganized games to figure out how to move without the ball and stuff like that.
Unorganized games, because I think on the flip side, there are too many tournaments. Like, I think AAU used to be for the best players when we were growing up. Now it's for whoever.
It's for everyone.
Dad's got money and wants to start a team. So I think on the flip side, there's too many pointless games. There's too many pointless games. But I mean, to answer your question, I was literally, before we came in, I was talking to my assistant coach and about teaching kids concepts and spacing and learning how to play off the ball. You know, it's not so much X and O's and play execution on plays. It's learning how to play in space, learning how to play off the ball, how to cut and sacrifice yourself, how to play off a flare, how to play off a down screen, how to play out of the pick and roll, how to play out of the pick and pop. So really teaching kids concepts and understanding the higher you go, the less the ball will probably be in your hands, and how can you still be effective.
Well, just the idea even of, I was talking about this earlier today, about the adjustments that players make at the highest level, but if you take it down to middle school, high school, even some college players, if you got a defense that's very aggressive and denying at that level, they don't know what to do. They're like, I don't know what to do. But you get to the next level, and it's like, I just cut back door.
Counter.
And now we're done. And the number of kids, like I said, skilled kids, athleticism, height, length, that don't know the basics like that. They're
Even at the highest level, even in the NBA.
Yep. Now they're getting there.
I think, too, I mean, because there is such an influx in games and influx in AAU, it's a lack of quality coaching as well. Some of these guys couldn't play and couldn't coach either. But see, here they are running these big programs. So I think you got to get lucky and find yourself a coach that really understands how to direct. We had Rajon Rondo on the show about a month ago, and he was talking about how he runs his program and, you know, the steps he feels these kids need to take to get there. And some parents didn't believe in him. I mean, he's like, you came to my program for this guidance, but if you know better, go ahead. You know, and then Jamal Crawford spoke to how, and I agree 1,000%, parents are ruining the game because they have unreasonable expectations and ideals of who their children are and putting them in situations to fail, but then not stand and grind to get better, but let's go somewhere else. So there's a lot of things you can say that are kind of messed up, but for those lucky few that are able to get through, I think the league now is more skilled than it's ever been, but I think it lacks IQ even at the highest level.
Matt, I would like to submit my resume to be your assistant coach.
Okay.
I hit 6 threes and a half. It's a Long Island record till this day. 6 threes, 1 half, Jax. Just so you know.
It's not
one time.
It's not still a
yeah,
record. It's
yeah.
not still
Against
a
Long
record.
Beach.
It's
Yeah.
not still a record.
I was also a head coach, but I'm willing to be your assistant coach. I was a head coach for my daughter's lacrosse team. We went 2 years without losing a game. 2 years.
Very solid. How
Thank
much
you.
weed can you smoke is the question, because
Yeah,
that's on the resume.
As much as anyone.
Hired.
Hired. Yeah. All the other stuff did not matter.
Yes.
All the other stuff did not matter.
I smoke weed. That's all I had to say.
You got the job. Hired.
Here.
I'm going to coach a game with you.
Sign here.
WFAT.
I see. Is that Poppy in the building?
He's disoriented. He does not hear you. Papa, you've been summoned. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson are happy to see you.
Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Hell of a party, Cinco de Mayo.
Say de Mayo, but yes.
Say de Mayo.
It doesn't hit the same.
Same thing. Still a weekend.
Still Mayo.
Not the same thing.
It's still the weekend, too. It's still the weekend.
Poppy, how have you enjoyed the spread? Did you have anything? They told me I had.
Oh, man, you know what I mean? That's the best of its kind for free.
It's the only reason he came here.
Yeah, for free.
Came here for dinner.
For free.
Let's have a coming up on the show, Steven Jackson face-off with my father. Do you mind doing that?
I have no problem doing it.
All right, you ready to go?
Are you ready?
I don't think he's ready. It's been a while since you practiced this.
Coming to the show is Steven Jackson.
That's pretty good.
You gotta go back at him. You gotta show him how it's
Coming up next is Steven Jackson.
Still got it.
Classic. That's MJ and Kobe. You can't get mad at that. That's MJ and Kobe.
Yes, sir.
I love the way the Pacers play. I can't say that it reminds me of how it is that you guys played when you had the most fun with the Warriors, but for the time, you guys, I mean, I keep watching. It's disorienting to me still to see the love of three-pointers so much that guys in playoff games are just shooting down the lane and going straight to the rim unencumbered. It's weird to see it, having grown up in the age when you guys knew that if you got anywhere near the rim, you were going to get your head taken off.
Right. And the difference thing is, too, ain't no Baron Davis out there right now. There's not no Baron Davis out there.
The Pacers are a deeper team. That's what scares me in this series. They're just
a deeper
deeper.
team than the
Their
Knicks.
bench has 23 of the 33 points right now.
Yeah.
And before I say anything about basketball, Dan, this is a hell of a margarita, bro.
Yeah, I'm spicy, boy.
Hello,
So,
I'm
you
not
know.
spicy, but this is flavorful.
Yeah.
And it's got tahini and salt on the rim.
Yeah.
Don't catch me. If you catch me licking the rim, don't judge me.
Hey, yo.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Very crazy.
It's crazy. I let the first one go. I let Stack go when he said it. I like it spicy. I let that one go.
You see, I ain't say nothing. I can't play that shit no more.
Too old?
Hey, I'm too old.
When were we doing pause? During the We Believe days, right?
I don't know when it started. We played it for too damn long.
Yeah, like the early 2000s, and it came back with Cam and Mace.
Yeah.
Safe to say?
They never stopped.
They never
Shout out
stopped.
our guys, right?
No, they are the what should we call them?
The Ayo boys.
The Ayo boys. They are the gatekeepers of the Ayo. They are the gatekeepers.
They had Paul Pierce on. I think he had his first violation within 30 seconds.
If Paul has any drink, he's violating the whole night. Paul is
Paul's that
one of a kind.
Mm-hmm.
The truth.
WFAT.
we should all sing it together every time that he plays it.
Let's not forget that WFAT is presented by 1-800-Flowers. Save up to 40% off Mother's Day bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
Someone's got to do their job.
He's better at night.
WFAT.
If you do not buy flowers for your mother, I am going to come to your home and I'm going to make all the sheets in your house wet so that when you go to bed
Hey,
at
yo.
night,
That's why I don't play. That's why I don't play. 'Cause that was crazy. That was crazy, Dan. I said if I played, that was crazy.
I don't really know where he's going with the wet sheets, though. I'm confused.
I'm just threatening. I'm threatening. I've been for years threatening the customers if they don't buy flowers for their mother by saying that I'm going to unleash reptiles in their home, put frogs in their toilet. And I was just talking about it generally. I was just talking about liquid that wasn't coming from my body. It was coming from
Dan,
the
not
fridge.
helping.
Dan. Whoa. You got to know you did that on purpose.
Whoa.
Verbiage, brother.
Come on.
Whoa.
Coming all over. What?
Whoa.
He's the one who said, if I lick the rim, don't judge me. He's the one who
But I
said
hit him
that.
with an
That
AO
was
already.
crazy as well.
I hit him with one
That
already.
was bananas.
He's the one who did that.
I'm the
I didn't do
gatekeeper of
that.
AO here, and you know that. That doesn't fly here with me.
I was in the penalty box for 2 minutes for that comment. I'm coming back now. As we got a lead change, Indiana up 3.
Not good, Dan.
You're already at not good, Dan, because you're down 3 in the second quarter.
I'm pretty
of game
close
1.
to calling Brunson a choker. I mean,
Already still.
I'll give him another quarter.
I like Miles Turner. They've been trying to trade him the entire time he's been there.
Miles Burner.
That would have worked.
Thank you, Tony.
Matt, you're a guy that I want to say for the first, maybe the first 6 or 7 years of your career, you were signing 1 year deal, 1 year deal, 1 year deal until you went to Orlando. That's when you signed your first multi-year deal. How hard is it to adjust to being with a new team every year?
I mean, it was tough, but again, being a student of the game and watching games and understanding where I can fit in, every team I went to, I'd go back and watch some film on them the previous year and kind of find where they had holes at, and if I was able to go out there and fill those holes effectively, I would get play. As many teams as I played on and bounced around, I was always either a starter or the first or second guy to come off the bench. So, just again, a student of the game and kind of getting where I fit in and, turned it into a long career. But, I was someone who I think there was a big misconception of the person until you got a chance to know me. Hated to play against me, but loved to play with me. And, I found a home everywhere I went.
Yo, so, Matt, we were together in Phoenix in 08-09, and that was – so a lot of people don't know this. Not only, were you a great teammate, but you're one of the main reasons Jason Richardson got to the Suns. Because when the deal came up with Charlotte, I think David Griffin and Steve Kerr talked to you and asked you about Jay Rich, and you sang his praises as a teammate, and he came over, and he was a great teammate. Obviously, Stack, I got to know you after your playing career. But I told you this the first day we worked together at ESPN. Everybody who ever played with you said that guy's the best teammate ever, and I didn't understand what that meant. I didn't really understand what that meant until we worked together. And I was like, oh, now I get it. It's like you care about people in a way that goes beyond the superficial. Hey, how's your day going? What now? As I look around in the league right now, I see guys like Josh Hart that stands out. That's a great teammate right there. Is that something you can learn? Do you guys learn that, or is that just who you are?
I don't think you could teach that. That have to be in you. Perfect example. You could see guys.
I'm going to give you a great example. When guys fall on the floor, what teammates run to pick them up? Like, it just has to be in you. You have to care about the guys that you go on the wall with every day. And it's not just caring about them while you're on the court. You know, it's caring about them and their families off the court, their well-being, spending time with them off the court. Like, when you build those type of relationships like we built with my team in Golden State, you might have 4 or 5 guys running to pick one guy up because we all care about each other. And you have success that way. You see the teams that have success, they bond like that. So I don't think it's something that you can be taught. You have to care, and you have to be born with that.
I think you have to be born with it, but also I think you can learn from a standpoint. If you've seen other guys do it, it can rub off on you. Kind of how energy is contagious sometimes. I feel like being a good person, a good dude is contagious, especially in a day and age where we're coming up where it was the stereotype of athletes you can cuss on this show, right? Yep. Assholes and and all those huge stereotypes that kind of have been debunked since because people got a chance to know some athletes. So I kind of think, too, that's something that can rub off. You know, I've always just been someone that'll go to war for my team. And when you got me there, you realize what that meant. But, yeah, I think it's very important. And sometimes front offices don't understand that kind of chemistry that is in the locker room sometimes, and they're only looking at purely numbers and purely this. And sometimes guys that are great pieces and fits in locker rooms get booted out or moved on. Perfect example, I think, in Lob City, where I almost had to beat up Doc one year and then got traded. And how much
I
that
love
team...
that. I love that as a phrase, like that.
Just quickly moved on.
Quick. That when I almost had to beat up Doc that one year.
Yeah, Doc was tripping. So, but that following year, when JJ and DeAndre and CP are all calling me on bus rides and plane rides,
my dog,
that we miss you.
Juju came in with the Spreewell jersey on.
Spree.
Or is that a Channing Frye? I can't tell. Hold on.
It better not be a Channing Frye.
I think it might be a Channing Frye.
Connotes marijuana, Fry.
What up, bro?
Hey, Channing Fried.
Good to meet you.
Nice to see you, Juju.
Juju got it.
Let me see it's a Spree jersey.
Juju used to run around the club in Atlanta. My club in Atlanta, we used to have these talent show nights, right? So Juju had one of the hottest songs in the city in Atlanta while I had the club, and we used to have these talent shows. Juju would come in the talent show. I'm talking about as soon as the song start, he didn't touch every bar, running on the bars, all in the. He's very entertaining, and you know, I was one of his biggest fans because I really wanted to see him succeed because he has a lot of talent with music. So we wanted to support him, and that's how our relationship became. But he is super talented. Dan, you couldn't. It's a small world, man. To have him here with you guys after the relationship that me and him built, you know, since I've been in Atlanta, it's crazy that we all family again.
That's the wildest thing when we all got together in New York. That was what we talked about. You were like, Juju? Like, that's my guy. I'm like, how do you know Juju? I'm thinking, like, just through this basketball talk and stuff. You're like, no. I've known him for years and years and years. Here he comes.
Juju been talking sports talk forever, way before this.
Now we getting paid for it.
Now you getting paid for it, yeah.
Juju, there's a question. Is that a Spreewell or is that Channing Frye?
It's a Spree.
He said Channing Frye.
You would have been wearing the Channing Frye, though.
That would have been a good name to use.
I know.
Channing Fried.
Yeah.
Steve
Channing
Martin?
Fried. Steve
Channing
Martin.
Fried.
I didn't want to do it to him. I mean. There's a lot going on. It's moving quickly.
Juju, welcome. Give us all your basketball thoughts. I know you got that first game in Minnesota-Denver exactly right.
Exactly. I told y'all that's my first thought, fresh off the
We
plane.
tried to tell him, Drew.
You did me. I was crazy as hell and all that. But look, here we are. 2028.
That's all your basketball thoughts?
Yeah, I'm fresh off the plane. You want me to come in here and get on the mic?
You're right,
Out of
TJ.
breath, goddammit.
All right, I'm sorry.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
jacked off
You're too
17
busy.
people in the audience.
Boppy, did you get a good hug from Juju or what?
Yes, he gave me a hell of a hug.
How you doing back there?
Doing fine.
thought
Watching
Papa
the
was
butcher.
bringing nice.
Ah, the butcher.
And dice, ¿dónde están los frijoles? He wants to know what
frijoles.
happened to the beans and rice.
I
He's
don't
asking.
know, man. I guess that I swung a miss.
He swung and missed.
You love him. You love him.
Man, Bobby funny, man. Oh, man.
Is there a fan base that you guys don't like?
Utah.
Why?
They're pretty racist.
You were quick there, man.
That was quick.
I'll break it down to you. Played in the playoffs. I don't know if y'all remember this.
Second round.
Second round, go to the free throw line.
You know, I got in trouble in Indiana before I got there.
This was actually the funny part. The other part was fucked up.
The guy had me in the black and white. You remember the movie Life, the jail suits that Martin Lawrence? He had me in the cutout, 6'8" cutout under the goal, and me in the jail suit.
Why's your friend laughing over there?
Because it was funny. I went signed. I even went signed.
You appreciated the effort? Is that
Yeah, it was funny. I wasn't even mad at the guy. I went signed it after.
Hey, this is before he had no space between his front teeth.
Yeah,
too, so
yeah. No, my seat
there was a
getting
little
by the car.
there was a little parking spot in the front of his teeth too. It was,
I had a parking garage.
That shit was classic.
Yeah, I had a whole garage with garage doors. But yeah, I signed it. But you hear
Super
the most racist.
Super racist.
The
N-word was
slurs.
flying.
Yeah, and the audience during the game, they say all kind of stuff.
There in Boston.
Yeah.
I like Boston's crowd better because they're crazy, but pretty racist there too. But yeah, Utah definitely.
Utah's bad.
Very racist fan base, or at least back when we were there. And
Yeah.
I think a couple years ago, some people were talking about it, and everyone tried to say it wasn't. I'm just like, nah, I can definitely feel where you're coming from, bro.
With the Westbrook story, I think it was,
Was
right?
it Westbrook out there?
Got in a
When he
fight
went in the
with a fan.
stands, I already know what was said.
You did.
Because we didn't heard it. We heard it a couple times. So
You
I know
understood-
what was
you
said.
understood why Russ was doing what he was
That's
doing.
the only thing
Yeah.
that can make you go
Right.
into the stands.
Sure.
The only thing.
You guys like playing in New York?
I love playing in the Garden. The rims are low. They're not. They feel like they're about 8 feet tall.
I love a good low rim.
Yes, Sacramento and the Knicks in the Garden, the rims seem like it's 8 feet tall. I have like a 40-inch vertical when I play against them for some reason.
That's because they were bad when you played them.
The rim was still the same size.
The rims was good. It's just you playing against the easy team.
Breaking news, y'all. Minnesota Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert, personal reasons, is out for the night. I know he just had the baby. So
Expecting a
he
child,
out.
or they had a baby, right?
Yeah, he had one.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good enough reason to miss a game like this.
You got to play. I'm with you. That's how you do it on the fat. Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all what right now. The vet move is your babies get born in the off season.
That's kind of hard because I'm horrible with pulling out. But I'm just saying, babies are
Hell
very
yeah.
important. I don't know
Baby,
if it's
you
his
good?
first
The baby
or where's-
good?
Yeah.
If I can make it to the game, I'll be right back afterwards.
Especially,
I'm going to get
gotta
that
think,
hoop in.
If
Once I
Minnesota
once I understand that they good.
2 in Denver, that changes the whole outlook of this. And he did such a great job in game 1.
Yeah.
Such a great job in game 1.
Is this Gobert's first kid? Because that's.
I'm not sure.
It is his first, yes.
It's his first? Okay. There's a difference.
Poppy,
Excusable too?
You're the veteran dad around here, even though Matt has 6 kids. You're,
got 7.
You're the grandfather.
I got 7.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to underestimate
fine.
you, sir. But Poppy, how would that go over if when I was being born, you had missed the birth because you were at work?
No, I was going to be there. I wasn't going to miss the the birth.
My father came and told my mother, who was all sedated and stuff soon after I was born. She doesn't, she's disoriented, and she says, I think he's abnormal. I think his face doesn't look right.
No, it didn't look right.
They thought you were slow coming out.
That's why.
Hey, bebé, anormal, no sé.
Tough love right there.
Tiene algo. There's
I
something
said, no,
there.
he got 10 fingers. He got 2 feet. He got.
He came out looking like Rocky.
He's what you call it?
The face only a mother can love.
He got everything. So she was
Hell
happy.
yeah, Dan.
I think my mom would have preferred he not be there if he's going to come into the room, and that's what he's going to offer as his analysis. Chris Cody, I have seen that you haven't been listening at all. Is it because you're watching the Panthers game?
Watching the Panthers game, eating the food out there. We got a spread out there, Dano. I don't know if you've been out there. But yeah, the Panthers 0-0 first period. We're on a power play right now. Bob's looked a little shaky with the puck, but we're looking good.
They haven't given up a goal.
I know, but he's just looking a little shaky.
Stugotz, TJ McConnell has 10 points. You wanted a pacer to hate?
Yeah,
Here he is.
he's my guy. You're right. Yeah.
I heard what y'all was saying earlier, too. I can't agree more. Halliburton is a number 2, and ironically, Siakam, he a number 2, too. They're going to need a number 1 to come get them right because
Couple of number 2s cutting it up, Juju.
you feel me? You already know.
Siakam,
he disappeared.
I love when
As he
Stack.
scores.
Hey, I love when Stack doesn't like or doesn't rock with someone.
Oh shit, you're gonna know it.
2.5.
You're gonna know
He's
it.
a 2.5.
Hey,
for
let
a
me tell
3.
you why, bro. I told this story. I'm about damn near 40-something, and I went to a run at UCLA just because Rico, our guy runs, and I was in working out there on one of them shows, and I was like, let me go play pickup. I took 8 charges on him.
You don't even take charges.
You took a charge in a pickup game?
I couldn't help it because he ain't got
crazy.
no moves.
That's crazy.
Unbelievable.
He was running
You called
over
it too?
me.
Like you
Bro,
got up
wait,
and were
you
like,
called
that's me,
the
that's
charge?
me.
No.
Like you stood up and pointed
Rico-
this way.
I'm going to get some food off this comment.
Rico calls the calls, right? Rico calls the calls. Yes, because I play basketball. I play defense everywhere, not just.
You call
on
backcourt
TV.
too?
No, I don't call. I didn't call no calls. But the thing was, he ran over me so easy. He has no handle. He has no we call mess arounds. He has no mess around. So he's going right hard. And he was just ran over me every time, and Rico blew the whistle like 6 times. I'm like, bro, find another move.
He ain't learned the spin move yet. He's now since then, like the spin move is his kind of thing. He goes right and then he spins back left.
Yeah, if I can guard you like that at 40-something, just imagine when I was in my prime.
Dan, the only time I've ever been like worried at an NBA game,
With me.
I went with Steven Jackson to a Clipper game. We had media seating. We were like first row. He's out there yelling. He's talking shit to the players. He's yelling at Doc. I was like, Stack, man, you got to chill, man. They're going to take our credentials away.
Why? What was happening? Just generally emotional about everything that was happening?
He was talking shit. He was like, you're garbage. He was yelling at players, like, you're garbage.
Why are you heckling the players?
Man, hey, I worked hard to get in the NBA, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of guys that should be in the NBA that's not for their own different reasons. But, I play in the game. If I think somebody's not good, I'm going to say it. I think I have the right to say that.
You do, but it's unusual for people to do so. I mean, you've not run into other people who do this, correct?
No, I've never had that happen since or before. Dan, I'm not
one
talking.
of a kind.
I'm not talking about our seats were like 7 rows up or 10 at the top of the 100 section. We were front row, right there on the baseline.
Trash.
And Stack's voice is loud and very recognizable. And it was a Clipper game, so they had those moments of silence where like it would just be it's a dead ball, no one was talking because it's a Clipper game. You just hear Stack say, "You're trash." I was like, "Damn, bro."
Hey man.
Stugotz, you were very excited about what happened.
That's
at the end
because
of the
the
half
third
there.
greatest Knick of all time, Isaiah Hartenstein, hit a half-court shot to close out the half.
Three-quarter court.
I thought you was talking about Al Harrington. The third greatest nigga of all time.
Shout out to Al. I saw him in Indianapolis at All-Star Weekend, and after I saw him, he said, "Hey, let me give you some product because of Viola, right?"
Yes.
I don't know where he thought I was going because
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
It was like a sack of all types of different things. Yeah, Big Al, like it was like
Big Al always comes through, right?
pre-rolls,
Always.
baggies, vapes, like everything. I was like,
he's here now, right? Al Harrington is here as part of our halftime show. You did not know that?
is he here for real?
Yes.
No
Yeah,
way.
he's here.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
What
snap.
up, bro?
Albert.
There he is.
Looks
What
like he
up,
could still.
fellas?
It looks like he could still score 20. I mean, he does.
You could.
I can.
You could.
I can.
What do you think when you hear the story that Amin was at a Clippers game with Steven Jackson and he was heckling the players and calling them trash?
Tag.
It sounds like something that was accurate.
I don't understand. Your friend is
Jack is burnt out, if you guys haven't realized by now. Al, what up, bro?
What up with you, Matthew?
You good?
I'm good, baby. How you?
Good. What you drinking on right now?
Man, I was actually drinking on water, bro. I changed my life, dog.
Did you?
Yeah, I changed my life.
You get baptized?
I'll tell you about it. I'll tell you about it another time. It's just me and you.
Offline?
Yeah.
Big brother, just had some of that Viola at the house, dog. That thing is smoking, big brother. Keep doing your thing, man.
Thanks, baby. You know I got that for sure.
Al watched me get roasted by Mike Epps for like 15 minutes straight.
Where at?
In Indianapolis. He just sat there and laughed the whole time, man. I just kept waiting for Mike to move on.
He didn't.
And no, he just stuck
He
with
found
it.
his target.
Making fun of my
Yeah,
hairline.
you
I
locked in
said,
on you, it was over.
he was making fun of my hairline. I said, Al, you can't be laughing that hard, man.
Al lost his hairline in 7, 8, third grade, Al?
8th grade.
Look at my shit. It's coming back in.
No, it's not.
Stacks tag.
It's coming back in. 8th grade, you were losing the hairline in 8th grade.
Yep.
No, Matt's lying. I lost it my junior year. My junior year is when it started to recede bad.
It started to fade away, but your game was your game was going one way, your hairline was going the other.
Going a whole nother.
You're in Dallas now, right? We used to be neighbors, and now left Cali, and you in Dallas now, or where you at?
Yeah, I came down to Dallas area, man. I had to get out of California, man. It wasn't the same after the pandemic. I felt like everything was different, bro. So I need some new scenery. I almost moved down to Atlanta next to Jack, but then I thought that'd have been way too much.
Good move.
You did right. It wasn't good for us.
Good move.
I bet them taxes is different too.
Oh man.
Yeah, everything is different now. Even gas. Gas is the biggest difference. I spent like $3,000 a month for gas in LA, man. Shit was crazy.
Yeah. I wouldn't went nowhere. You gotta drive everywhere. Yeah.
$3,000 a month on gas. Is that
what
a
kind
real
of gas?
sentence?
Hold up. What kind of gas?
Right.
I mean, I had to get premium, dog. I got very nice vehicles, man.
He's not talking.
You would have been driving.
Oh, I was
bruh.
talking about another type
Yeah,
of
he was
gas.
talking
my bad.
about
Oh, he's talking about that gas.
Yeah,
the gas that should
totally-
cost $3,000 a month.
That was higher than
That's
that.
free. That gas is free.
Right, that gas is free as fuck.
Talking about petrol.
Al,
Right, that's right.
Al, what's been the hardest part about the marijuana business?
That you got all these big companies coming in and don't know what the hell they doing and driving the price down.
Definitely a watered down market now, right? Would you say?
Hell yeah, man. It's just, everybody got weed, and you know what I'm saying? Like, since their weed isn't good, the only way they can sell it is they gotta sell it for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it affects the entire market. So that's definitely been one of the hardest challenges. And then obviously banking and the tax laws, you know what I'm saying? We can't write no ordinary business expenses off. So it's a lot of challenges or whatever. But, I've been, dealing with it for the last 11 and a half years. So, I'm pretty used to it at this point. But we definitely looking for some change, man, so that the industry can really start to flourish.
You got there early. You got there before a whole lot of people, right? It was easier then, was it not? Even though you probably knew less, but I imagine there was just less competition.
Yeah, it was. You could say it was easier. The price was way higher. You know what I'm saying? But also, because there was so much, not knowing what was going to happen legally, especially for somebody like myself that had a professional career and, was, fortunate that, have money and have a family, you definitely had to be very, very cautious, the way you was actually moving and the way you were operating your businesses during that time. But, now it's changed so much, like obviously when I first started, it wasn't this as popular as it is now. Like now every platform in the world will talk about cannabis. Back then it was like very hush hush or whatever. But, I always just felt like I was doing something that was gonna one day change the world. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that I think about cannabis is, it fosters community. It puts so many different people together, and it helps so many people from medicinal benefit. And I think that as some of these laws do change and they start to really dive into it from a medicinal standpoint, I think it's going to be even other things that we're going to find out that cannabis is great for helping people.
You were instrumental and had a very important conversation with the late great David Stern before he passed, but that conversation, I think, opened up a lot of eyeballs on the NBA side. I know both you and I were both flying back, talking to the NBA and the NBPA about studying the plan and understanding the plan instead of just banning the plant. But talk to us a little bit how that interview with David Stern came about. And slowly after that interview, things kind of started changing. And then obviously in the bubble, they stopped testing. And then, the rest is kind of history.
Right. Yeah, I'll give y'all the short version, but mainly I went to this thing called a milking conference in LA. And, obviously when I first got done playing, we all kind of go through this point where we're trying to figure out what's next, right? Coaching has always seemed like the most natural thing. Even podcasting, like, what you and, Stack have been able to do wasn't even popular at that time. You know what I'm saying? So we were trying to figure it out. And even though I had cannabis, I was just starting the same thing. I didn't know how far I was going to be able to take it. So I'm at this milking conference. There was a panel where it was like, it was David. It was like the owner. It was like the commissioner of the NFL. It was like this company called, I think, Univision or something like that. It's not Univision. It was another one like that. It was like a gaming platform. And I went to it and I saw David speak, and the guy was pretty much telling everybody in the room how technology was going to take over sports like we see it doing today. You know what I'm saying? And this was like literally 12 years ago, or even maybe 11 years ago. So after I got a chance to talk to David, and I just went up to him and asked him how was he doing. He asked me how was my knee, which I was so surprised that he would remember that I was having knee problems. But I told him I was good. I told him what I was working on, and he was just like, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I have a place in Aspen, and I see people with cannabis all the time. So I was like, well, why don't you let me give you, why don't we have a conversation about it? He said, cool. I went to New York. I sat down. I talked to him. I gave him a bunch of products. Not as much products that I was issuing out in at All-Star. But I gave him like some CBD products because he said that he was having some aches and pains and stuff like that. And we kept talking about it. And then finally I talked to Maverick Carter. And I was telling him I would talk to David about it. He was like, why don't we try to see if, David would be willing to talk to you on camera about, the history of cannabis or just drugs in the NBA and, what's his stance really with the, now that he was retired and now that there was so much information around cannabis, would he be willing to talk about it in an open forum? And we talked to him. Me and Maverick actually both flew to New York, talked to him again, and he was open to doing it. So, to your point, Matt, going into that conversation with him, I had like 25 questions that I was going to ask him that was going to kind of steer him to, talking about, legalizing or allowing players to have access to cannabis. But like on the second question, he had said it. You know what I'm saying? He was just like pretty much that all the information that I had been feeding him and stuff, he was like, he finally got to the point where he thought that the player should have access to it. You know what I'm saying? Because the biggest thing I just told him was just like, and as you and Stack know, all the athletes know, is like, we bust our ass in those games. We really train our bodies for 2-3 hours a day. We only play, anywhere from 15 to 30, 40 minutes a game. So after the games, a lot of times we still wired. We're looking for ways to kind of calm ourselves down. We're looking for ways to recover. And, a lot of times we always went to liquor, right? And as we all know, like there's no, medicinal values to, liquor for athletes or just for anybody. But I was like, I told him, I said, what if you allowed us to use cannabis? You know what I'm saying? Where, it naturally gives us recovery benefits, gets us to calm down, allows us to get, much better rest at night. And like I said, during that time, we hadn't had any players that was arrested or locked up for being high, right? Most times you smoke and you sit on your couch and chill and play video games.
Yep.
And he was just like, that makes a lot of sense. And, once he said that, to your point, to me, it changed everything. I know that even at the time, Adam Silver had reached out to somebody and said, David must have been an investor into my company, the fact that he said that. But, David had really did the research and, the rest is history. You know what I'm saying? Now all major sports is allowed to use cannabis. And I think that's from all the hard work that, not only me, but a lot of others like you and Stack, have been doing for the last, 10 plus years.
Yeah, for sure.
So, Dan, when I was scouting, when we were new players were using substances in college or whatever, it was two different types. When there's a guy using cannabis, the worry was, is this a guy that's going to be able to pass the test?
Right.
We're not worried about the use. We're just worried about the rules. When it was someone who was a heavy drinker, it was the opposite. It was, this guy's a red flag because heavy drinkers tend to get injured more often, take longer to get recovered, and have other complications moving forward. The other thing I was going to say was, Al and Stat, you guys both came in 97, right? First year?
I came in 98.
98. Do y'all know that they didn't used to test for marijuana before 98, 99?
When I first came in the league, it was one test at the beginning of the season. That was it.
The preseason.
Yeah.
And training camp. It was
and
one test at training camp.
The whole team got tested at once. I was telling a story the other
Same
day.
time.
Well, we would have joints or blunts rolled up, knowing that when it was coming to hit our. As soon as we got tested in training camp, everybody was ready to kind of fire up. But it was weird because I was talking to Pablo on his show about a month ago, and when I was in the drug program, because you get 3 fails before it goes public, and you get to admit yourself one time voluntarily. So I got to luckily admit myself more than once, thanks to the home team. But when I was actually talking to some of the guys, they said more than half the league was in the drug program for cannabis. So over 200 plus guys were in the drug program for cannabis alone. And I'm thinking to myself, like, man, I know I played in this playoff series with the Clippers where I did something to my shoulder, couldn't move my shoulder, but they pumped me full of Toradol and I felt superhuman. Or they'd give us all these other pills that would do anything but actually solve the problem. They'd cause other problems, but then wanted to take our career, fine us, ban us. Some guys lost their careers, whether it be NBA, NFL, over cannabis. You know what I mean? So I'm glad it just finally kind of came full circle, and there was a lot of guys on that front line fighting that fight, and Al, you were one of the main ones.
Dan, correct me.
And highly addictive, the shit they was giving us.
For real.
Dan, correct me if I'm wrong. Alonzo Mourning blames his kidney problems on the anti-inflammatories, right?
Yes. Yeah, he was taking a lot of stuff like that. Baron Davis, I talked to him a long time ago, and he thought 80% of the league was using. It was like it was an open secret. It wasn't something.
I never hid it.
WFAT.
Hey, Jack used to come on the plane with Golden State with his brown Louis Vuitton bag and walk past all the coaches, all the media, smelling like a whole pound of weed, and they didn't give a shit.
But yo, have you heard? I've heard rumors. You know what I'm saying? I hope this don't go viral, but I heard rumors that there's a third bus now in the NBA for smokers.
Not that they can.
Have you guys heard that?
They can smoke on the bus?
I heard there's a bus now.
Hold on just a second. Hold on a second.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Go ahead. Now you're reporting exclusively that the NBA, that teams have a third bus that goes to the arena for smokers.
Welcome to
That's
this.
what I heard,
Welcome
man.
to this segment. It's the new segment we call reckless speculation.
All right, we got to respect that. Let's go out to a call. We go out to Stugotz on a mobile. Stu.
Hey guys, doing a car phone, first time, long time. Love the show. Listen, Anthony Edwards. I mean, seriously, the comparisons to Michael Jordan. Like, we skipped over Dwayne Wade, we skipped over Kobe Bryant, we skipped over LeBron James. We went straight to Michael Jordan. Anthony Edwards, Michael Jordan, for making it to the Western Conference semifinal. How about make a conference final and then make an NBA final and then win that final and then win five
all right,
more
he's
after
22.
that? How about that?
All right.
What your guys' thoughts? I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Your thoughts, Al, on where Anthony Edwards, who he's going to be?
I mean, I don't know who he's going to be. I mean, I seen that when somebody asked him, was he Jordan? He was like, nah, he's himself. And it's funny because, like, most times, like, I think of our era, if anybody said compare any of us to Jordan, we would be excited about it. And I think that maybe he wasn't as excited about it because he probably would have been more, like, he would have been more excited if you would have said Kobe, right? But I think that I think the reason why the comparisons is coming out is more because of, like, his approach to the game, the way he moves out there, the shot selections that he's taking and stuff like that is the reason why I think that people are comparing him to your greatness or your airness. But he definitely got a lot of work to do to be really, in that Jordan conversation. But damn, he is on his way. Because I don't know who can stop him.
When you guys talk about Jordan and Kobe, though, they were competitive assholes. I have talked to Lakers who have told the stories of Kobe would test you to see if you'd be willing to fight him. That was the way that he would do that. I don't know that Anthony Edwards, I think everyone thinks he's a killer, but I don't know if he's a competitive asshole.
No, I don't think he's a competitive asshole, and it's just his mentality that's like Jordan and Kobe's. We haven't seen the best player on the court decide to guard the best player on the other team at the end of games. We haven't seen a guy at the magnitude that he plays at and the role he plays at on that team to be the guy that's taking all the challenges on both ends of the court. So we've seen that with Kobe. We've seen that with Mike. So that's the comparisons. I don't think it's more too much of the game-wise. Yeah, it's just
accolades. It can't be accolades. It's too early in his career.
It's just mentality. He has that mentality of Kobe and LeBron, and that's what we all want to see from superstars.
Al, you played for the Pacers for 7 years.
Second time was kind of short because he got in trouble.
Yeah, Stack got me traded, man. I went and fucking built a house and all that, and then Stack decides to go shooting at a club, and then I had to get packaged with his ass.
We all got gun licenses the week before that, so it wasn't. I just was able to use mine. We all had gun licenses. I just knew what my gun license was for. Y'all didn't know at the time.
No, he ruined it, guys. Listen, man, I went and built this nice, beautiful house, man. It was amazing, though. I lived in it for 1 week, and that got me traded.
You had, like, velvet walls, too. Remember, didn't you take
You
the
remember
whole
that?
thing?
With two TVs everywhere. It was kind of ignorant. You know what I'm saying? But, got traded.
I want to hear more about
He had velvet walls.
The whole house? The whole house?
I was taking Jeffrey.
He had velvet walls, and that is a true story.
The whole house had velvet walls?
No, just certain rooms. Certain rooms had velvet walls. I'll explain to you about it later. Don't worry about it, guys.
What do you have? What kind of feeling do you have for the Pacers now? Before we let you go, are you emotionally tied to them in any way? And are you invested in what's presently happening?
So I'll be honest. So grew up a dead Knicks fan. Draft night when I got drafted, I was supposed to go like whatever in the lottery top 15, slid to the 25th pick. The Pacers picked me. My mom, so I'm out in the hallway of the restaurant we at, all upset because I'm not knowing who's going to draft me. My sister come out, was like, yo, you just got drafted. I run in, it's the Pacers. First thing I do is say to my mom, I'm like, I got to play with Reggie Miller. She's like, I know, right? So we, but I will say, like, you know, being that I played for the Knicks and for the Pacers, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the Indiana holds a special place in my heart. You know, I'm not as invested, I would say, is because they don't really do a good job of like bringing ex-players back and allowing us to be a part of the community like that. The Knicks actually does. So because of that, you know what I'm saying? I might be just slightly rooting for the Knicks more, but you know what I'm saying? But Indiana always holds a special place in my heart for sure, man. They're the ones that gave me my first shot, and I had a lot of great years there.
Yeah, they gave me my first deal. I'm real cool with the Simons, but not so much the, you know, team.
Organization. Yeah, it's kind of weird. You think they would bring us back?
We go out again to Stu on a mobile. Go ahead, Stu. Why aren't you in here?
Hey guys, this is Mike on a mobile phone. First time, long time. Matt Barnes, I love you, dude. Stacks, love you. Listen, I pre-ordered Stugotz's book, Stugotz's personal record book, StugotzBook.com. And one of his big arguments is that Kevin Durant has never won a ring. The Warriors they won one before him. They won after him. They didn't need him. He was a luxury. Therefore, in his personal record book, he has no championship rings. I'm interested from two guys who played in the league, the association, if you guys agree. Right. Again, StugotzBook.com, Stugotz's personal record book. I'll hang up and listen. Love the show.
Matt Barnes' response was a muttered Jesus. So you can elaborate if you like.
I mean, I think you to be able to separate the person and the player, I think Kevin Durant will go down as one of the greatest players. And they definitely needed him during those runs, the way he was playing, finals MVP. But to me, it always kind of baffles me how KD takes so much. You know, obviously they lost a 3-1 lead and went to the team that beat him. But LeBron went to Miami to learn how to win from D Wade and was able to get 2 championships there, and that's never really brought up. But of course, Kevin's 2 rings with the Warriors are brought up, so it's kind of unfair to me. But I think at the end of the day, when we're looking back 20 years from now, 15 years from now, you're looking at how many rings did they get, and you know, the rings count.
I thought your first answer was better by just muttering Jesus under your breath with a great deal of disgust. Al, good seeing you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate the time.
Good to see y'all.
Plug the website.
Appreciate y'all.
Yes, plug the website. I'm sorry, before you get out of here.
StugotzBook.com.
Yeah, ViolaBrands.com. At Viola on Instagram.
Do you guys make towels for all the sweat you accumulate during interviews?
Yo, it's crazy, right? Y'all made me nervous, man. This platform done got so big, man. I paused. I can't, you know what I'm saying? I got to.
Hey, yo. Hey, I told you, Al was one of the first dudes. Al was one of the first dudes on the Ayo and the pause. I'm trying to tell you.
He started.
Yeah, early on. I was saying that earlier.
They had him losing his hair in the 8th grade.
I thought it was 3rd.
Well, Stugotz happened.
Took some calls, huh?
Yes, we did take some calls while you were gone.
The second one was excellent.
Oddly eerie. Kind of sounded like, you have brothers or dad?
Mike was a big fan of yours. Mike
I know. StugotzBook.com. Yeah, what'd you guys think? I mean,
Loved
Durant.
Right? I ordered mine.
Mike seemed kind of weird, but
Matt, I want you to imagine something. Michael Jordan not being able to beat the Pistons, and rather than coming back and trying to do it again with Chicago, he joins the Pistons. I mean, huh?
Crazy times. Crazy times.
What y'all think about Kendrick versus Drake? You got to dig it. You feel me?
You got to dig it.
I love them both, and I hope that this battle, I think, first of all, it's good for the sport.
Good for the sport.
I think that the sport's been on life support for a long time, and I hope after this we're still able to appreciate both their greatnesses, and it doesn't have to be either or. Because I think so often it's, if you like Bron, or if you like LeBron, you don't like Jordan and Kobe. You like Kobe, you don't like, so everyone makes you kind of pick a side. But I'm a big fan of both of their music, and I think what they're doing now is great. And I applaud Drake for bringing Kendrick out because, as Kendrick fans, we always want to hear more Kendrick, and we don't get a ton of it, but you definitely get to hear a lot of it now.
I like both of them. I'm a fan of both, but Kendrick is winning the battle. I have no problem saying that. I ain't friends with neither one of them. I don't know neither one of them. So I don't expect both of them to call me and say, thank you for saying I won it. I'm not like that. I'm a fan of hip-hop, you know what I mean? And I rock with both of them. But in my opinion, Kendrick is taking off of this battle.
Yeah, Drake had it for like 10 minutes, bro, on Friday. He put that Family Matters out. I was like, okay. bam, Kendrick with the belt, goddamn.
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, I think Kendrick definitely up right now. He put out the sad song last night. Drake put out the one. I wasn't feeling
Waving the white flag.
You feel me? Talking about he about to stop because I don't like all that, bro. You caught the monster.
Too much getting exposed.
You did me. Come on, man.
Zach, how you feel about like 17 diss tracks coming out in the span of a week, man? Whereas like when we were growing up, it would take a while before the next response
They
came
would
out.
space them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you get as personal as possible, you don't have to make 17. Say what you say, be as disrespectful as possible on that first track. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about go low as possible.
So when Michelle goes high, you're going lower?
I'm not even thinking about going high. I'm going lowest. I want to go lowest.
Low man wins.
Yeah. I'm thinking about doing a diss track about Stephen A. right now.
Hey, let's get a preview?
Right now. It's coming. Stay tuned.
This arguably, time will tell, but this is arguably the greatest beef battle in the history of.
Nah.
You think so?
I mean, Jigga Man and Nas, that was pretty big.
But I mean, like I said, that was what 10, 15 years, 20 years ago.
25
now
years ago.
it's had some time to sit. But I'm saying when we're looking back 10, 15 years from now, we're going to think about the two top dogs was really going at each other's necks again, and they gave us more to decipher from and more songs to kind of play with.
It feels like only one song is going to stand the test of time, though. Not Like Us is kind of the song that came out of all of this where it's like, all right, that song we can rock to.
Shout out
Everything
Mustard.
else was like,
Shout out Mustard. Yeah. No, you're right. I'm not mad.
Look, Juju said this is one of the top 5 diss records of all time.
Not like us.
Yeah, Not Like Us because
went crazy.
Because this is what's gonna happen.
Not
Drake
Like
ain't
Us.
gonna stop being Drake just because this don't happen.
No.
10 years from now, Drake still gonna be putting out hits,
Facts.
and it's gonna be following his ass the whole way.
Yeah.
So Not Like Us gonna all, especially on the West too, bro.
It was
Come on,
heavy.
this gonna be a
That
top 5
Mustard
diss song
beat.
for sure.
But it's gonna be the song of the summer too, which sucks because
Yeah.
normally Drake has something for the summer.
Bro,
You
they
know
were
what I
playing
mean?
the saxophone in the jazz club to Not Like Us, bro. Come on, bro, in New York. You got to know, man.
And
got
that was
to
big
know
too,
it.
because Kendrick's not really ever since Good Kid, Mad City. He has some club bangers, but he hasn't necessarily had no club bangers for a minute. And when he dropped that with that, and it was funny too, because I was listening on the way to dinner. I'm like, damn, this sounds like an L.A. baby. And little did I know it was Mustard. And it's just like it got people out dancing. And that night, it was in the clubs across the country playing. So
Bro, once I seen D-Jack, Deshaun Jackson, crip walking across the street, I was like, oh yeah, it's trouble.
We back. You know, LA, Cali standing up right now.
I ain't never seen the West Coast this united on one front in a long time. I'm not gonna lie, everyone's really proud to be from the West Coast right now, and I'm a light-skinned warrior, but Kendrick's got us right now. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, he holding it down. You got to be a winner though.
Hell yeah, man. Dan be trying his best to talk about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef. So, keep our prayers and put your hands towards it. He be trying, man. He be having his friends on. They be talking, going back and forth. Man, look at Dan.
In fairness to Dan, he goes with me. I mean,
I still remember.
I can't
remember
have
the
that
Cool Mo D,
conversation.
The Cool Mo D LL. That was a good one.
Man, you old man.
I agree.
But that was one of the first ones we seen.
Top 5 for sure.
That was one of the first ones we really seen.
The earliest ones I remember was NWA versus Ice Cube.
Yeah, of course.
And then Common versus Cube.
Common versus Cube. Yeah, I remember that one.
The biggest one of all time, the greatest one of all time, 50 Cent, Ja Rule. He just wiped that boy off the map.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna tell you why that one was great. Because beyond the records, he had the skits. Remember the skits? Ja Rule duets too. Ja Rule duets with your favorite artists.
Was that Alex Thomas doing those voiceovers?
I think
for him?
so. Yeah, he was doing the now this is what I call music, Volume 17.
Yeah.
Look at D-Jack up there.
Yeah, Kendrick got the whole West Coast crib walking right now. And he got the football gloves on too.
Yep.
We're running routes and crib walking.
big ass.
Yeah, no, he got the whole West Coast feeling it.
The Kendrick Lamar versus Drake beef is brought to you by 1-800-Flowers. Save up to 40% off Mother's Day bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
I didn't know we were going with that one for a second.
That was a good one. Get in where you fit in.
Somebody got to
I lost the read for a second midway through Kendrick. I was like, where am I?
Somebody
We
gonna need some
noticed.
flowers that when it's over, it's over.
Yeah.
Send them.
I'm nervous, guys. 62-62. I mean,
It's a good game.
it is a good game.
It's hard to actually watch the game when we're doing this shit.
Nearly impossible.
I've been watching. I don't know about you guys.
I've been out there. Miles Turner brought that weak ass jumper to New York.
Wow.
He bought it with him finally.
Hit a three.
Why is it weak?
He be throwing that thing, hey, bro. Look, he bought it with him, New York.
Miles Burner.
Miles Burner.
Smiles Burner. I'll play this game all night with you, man.
Miles Burner.
Oh, man.
That's a good one.
64-64, man. It feels like the Knicks are down like 25. It does.
Does that make you feel confident that it's even though they've been playing bad, it's tied, or does that make you feel like, oh man, something bad's about to happen?
No, it makes me feel good because it feels like they're down 25 and yet they're tied, but their defense is not. I mean, the Pacers have 64 points. I don't know if the Knicks can play into the hundreds.
Call back to and one.
I'm cooking. Stugotz, where you get that tie from, big bro?
I found it in my house.
A Men's Warehouse guy?
Yeah.
Got to dig it.
You're going to love the way you look.
I guarantee it.
I guarantee it.
This is brought to you by 1-800-Flowers.
Lucy, what's going on at the Met Gala down there?
I gotta be honest, I've been very disappointed with the fits. They all look nice, but they're not on theme.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the Met Gala, is you're dressing for the theme. These could be worn to any other event. I will say Cardi B killed it. She has like 10 people who are in charge of carrying her dress around because it's so large.
Who was the worst dressed so far tonight?
Oh, that is a really good question. I don't know. A lot of boring dresses. Like, they just showed Sabrina Carpenter. I don't think she was the worst dressed, but there's a lot of boring ones.
Yeah.
6'10".
Damn.
Nasty.
Get well soon, Met Gala.
I think you forgot one obvious in your top 10 marijuana name list.
Yeah.
Dr. J.
I know.
Damn it.
Ooh. I know.
We missed an opportunity.
So
it was still
bad.
great, though.
I know.
Medicinal.
Well, thank you. I know, but Dr. J is such an obvious one,
Right.
man. It's so bad.
No, they're enjoying this. We posted it, and they're throwing a bunch of different.
Oh, they're
names
throwing
in
some
there
at
too.
you?
Yeah, some good.
One of the funniest things ever is whenever I have a friend who doesn't
Nasty.
like a player, is then I start to notice every mistake they make. So ever since Stack said Siakam, it's trash.
He's been trashing. He's been trashing ever since I said.
It's an easy layup.
Dude, it's crazy. It's like he heard you and he's just
And
proving
he
your
can't
point.
hear me, so he's really showing who he really is right now.
But his headband don't even look the same no more since you said that.
Yeah.
He said he had
Cuban B. Yes, Cuban B.
Yo, Cuban B. Yeah, Stack said he had 6 charges in a pickup game.
That's crazy, man.
On accident. Wasn't
Like,
even trying.
He wasn't even trying to draw the
He
charge.
was just running over me.
Yeah,
I
but
had the ball.
if someone calls a charge on you in a pickup game,
Yeah,
I mean,
Rico called 3 of them.
Unbelievable.
So who called the other 3?
Him, Jack did.
No, I didn't call him. They didn't call him. He just ran over me.
Oh, the good no calls.
Yeah, Rico like, come on, Jack. You took 3 already, bro. Come on, let's pick up.
You fucking the game up.
Yeah, you
Jack.
fucking the game up. But tell him to get another move. It's not working, okay?
Salute to everybody in the chat, too, by the way. BCG, we see you. Jay Harrow, you got to dig it. Colin Holder, we see you, brother.
You got to dig
Azure
it.
Brute, you got to know. Jacoby Walker, you already know what's going on, man.
The boy.
Salute, man.
guys, if I played an entire NBA game, now keep in mind, okay?
Oh boy.
Oh, here we
I
go.
hit 6 threes.
Here we go.
All right?
Here we go.
But if
Here
I
we go.
played an entire NBA game, would I hit a single three-pointer? Because I believe that I would. Matt, what do you mean? No one's going to
not.
guard me,
No.
Steven. What do you mean?
You got to get up and down the court, and I don't see
Yeah.
that happening.
They're going to be close enough to you.
Really?
I would just elbow you one time hard early in the game just to let you know if you do make a shot, I'm going to slap you.
Right.
So I think that will kind of just have you shook the whole time.
Huh.
It just seems like you're going to go for every fake in the book, Stu.
Yeah, well.
I just have this feeling.
But I'm just saying a wide open three. Like the ball's rotating, the defense is rotating. You know, it's going from Steph to Clay, and there's
You
Stu in the corner. Yeah.
Nah, I think I'm going to shoot over the double team. Leave you open.
Speaking of what
the percentages might be higher.
Speaking of what Matt is saying there. Let's go ahead and play Tyrese
clear your
Maxey. Tyrese Maxey. I can. It's got a little bit
Speaking
of French
of Tyrese Maxey,
I want to play this sound of Tyrese Maxey and have them.
Oh, wait! Don't do it! I'm gonna say you right now, brother. That is my brother from the Cowboys. That is not Tyrese Maxey. Don't even pull that up. Don't even play it. I'm saving you from embarrassment from YouTube.
Okay, what happened there? I thought it was. What happened?
Look, that's how good of a friend I am. You text me that was Maxey, and I was like, I'm not gonna correct Dan in the text message, but now you finna bring it here, and that's brother from the Cowboys.
Y'all need to stop being nice to Dan, man.
Why?
You need to just tell him.
Tell him at the time.
Man, he changed my damn life. I'm trying to be nice to his ass every time I get. You talking about? I give a damn.
What the hell you talking about, Juju? What the hell you talking about?
Hey, are these mezcal margaritas?
No.
Oh, okay.
Cuervo.
A little mezcal-ish taste.
Well, we in the
MMA
mezcal game. Mezcal, Anillos. You know what I'm saying? We're going to let y'all
you
try.
guys have a different tequila sponsor. Forgive me for stepping on
my
toes.
bad.
Cuervo. Shout out to Cuervo.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Cuervos and 1-800-Flowers mixed with some fruit juice.
Yeah, shout out to them boys.
We're not talking about this game at all, by the way. What was that music? What was happening there?
I thought we wanted to do a little segment with the black box.
We did?
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry?
What's the music? I don't decide that. The music decides that. It's just music. Is there any imaging? Nothing. It's just the black box.
Don't give me freestyle, Juju.
I got to reach in here and grab something, and the questions are for Matt and for Steven, or for all of us?
For Matt and Steven.
Would you fight a UFC heavyweight if you got $50,000 for every second you lasted in the cage?
No.
Steven Jackson, would you fight a
not even answering.
UFC heavyweight if you got $50,000 for every second you lasted in the cage?
I need my face.
I'm black. We don't do good with cages.
These guys got money, though. I think I would do that.
I'm broke. I'm hopping my ass.
I can run.
Right.
Every second, man, I can run around the cage for about 10 seconds.
I can run for a good, 10, 15.
500K, I'm good.
Let's ask it again. You're broke. Would you do it?
Yes.
This is a different question. Yes. I'm going back to the black box.
Stack, do not shake your head. No, you've done worse things.
Yeah,
for free.
And they work. Without taking the ass whipping. So I'm going back to that. Without taking the ass whipping. Yeah, and it works. I have proof.
Back to the block.
Yeah, exactly.
I like this question better. It's going to make you go through your phones. Make a super group, 4 MCs, out of the contacts in your phone.
Oh, no, man. They got real contacts in their phone.
Rappers?
Make a super group. What do you mean? That's the reason that the question's in there, I would assume.
Yes,
They're not volunteering it. We're asking.
This is the look at me Louie exercise.
I mean, they're not volunteering it. We are forcing them to. The black man, respect the box.
All right, respect the box.
The box.
All right. What y'all got?
What you got in your phone? I got OGs in my phone. I ain't really got no currents.
I got Lil Wayne. I got Bun B, Snoop, and the other biggest name I got is Jadakiss.
That's a damn good four, man. God damn.
Oh, what happened? You didn't want him to answer the question, and now you're all lightheaded.
Because I knew it would happen.
Because I knew it would happen.
That boy lightheaded.
The game is tied. Have you guys? Do you guys have any opinions about what it is that's happening here? I'm not looking at any stats. I don't know who's making shots.
I think Indiana's playing well. I don't think the Knicks are playing well yet. But I think we talked about this earlier. The fact that they're still in the game is definitely home court and a solid sign for them.
It seems like they're doing that with some offensive rebounds, as they often do. I've seen a lot of second chance shots, and that is something. And New York has fallen in love with this team because it's got some of that grit you
dirty
like.
work.
It's blue collar.
Blue collar. That's what I was going to say. Yeah,
they love Hart, man. He's got 10 rebounds already.
They don't really think they're going to win because they won together in college, do they?
I think they think they're going to make the Eastern Finals.
Yeah, I think they think they're going to win because they won in college together with those three guys.
You think they think they're winning the entire thing?
Well, I think they're real confident.
Yeah.
As a team, I'm talking about those three guys. We won in college together. I think we can win here again. You know what I'm saying? That's how they really think like that.
It's not a bad way to think.
I hate to bust their bubble, but they really think like that.
So you don't agree with that?
I definitely don't think so.
You guys, have huge breaking news from the Met Gala. Zendaya had a second look, a second dress. Both of them killed. Also, I have an answer to Juju's question earlier. Lizzo, worst dress.
Oh, my God.
It's not a good look for her.
She did have a big-ass hat on. It was like
the foreigner.
It was like a top.
The Italian kid from Delaware.
It wasn't like a hat, though. It was part of the dress.
So I have a question. Why did that become so big? That party, that party thing where everybody dress up.
It's like a big Vogue annual event that you're only invited to, and they do it so it's themed with the Met every year. So this year's theme is Sleeping Beauty, fashion in time. So it's the biggest fashion night of the year.
So what made it that though? What made it big?
Anna Wintour in Vogue. They have done it for years, and it just became this big cultural event. It's one of those things where you have to be invited to, and there are specific things you can do that will get you uninvited for life. It's a very just the who's who. I don't really care about who's there, but the looks are so fun.
Can Jack go there in a black khaki suit?
No, because I'm not spending no money on none of that trash. You got to spend money to go there.
But I've heard you make fun of Matt because he doesn't quite treat spending money on clothes the way that you do.
No, we totally different. He West Coast, I'm South. I wear flash stuff. Matt gonna be clean, no logos, no nothing. Taylor, he more tailored than me. I like to look good and wear the flash stuff sometimes.
You could go to the Met.
It's not what on you.
Nah, they want.
It's what in you.
I still dress like a '90s dope boy, so they wouldn't let me at the Met with no Dickie suit. See, I got a Dickie suit on right now.
But the Sky Dweller goes hard though.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, fam.
Come on now.
What about my jersey? Somebody get my jersey some
Salute
love.
to John Quayle, man. You got to dig it, man. Come on. Who that? Number 30? Who number 30? Stewie?
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Respect on the New York Liberty. This WNBA season about to kick off, too. I'm talking about this week.
Fireworks.
So you got to know you need to lock in.
We got to get in them games.
Fireworks.
Got to
Yes,
be there.
Sersky.
Yeah.
Juju, we need your expertise there. We need, it's not a coincidence that all of a sudden Lucy reemerges after 3 weeks the moment Caitlin Clark starts playing again.
That's
Played
her
well
dog.
first quarter.
Yeah, she went crazy.
First quarter.
Look,
Yes,
they were talking trash, too.
Second half was a little tough.
Bro, they talking about Caitlin wasn't going to be able to transfer her game to the WNBA. Look like Scooby Snacks to me, big bro.
Facts.
Poppy, how you doing back there?
Tough.
You're doing tough?
Tough.
You're hanging tough? We didn't have your
right.
microphone on. I don't know why.
no?
They don't
Okay.
trust.
All right,
Well, they
well,
just
that's
don't trust you. They don't trust you
well,
cursing
they
under your
gotta
breath.
Show me the ropes. They didn't show me the ropes, you know.
I understand. What do you have any opinions on the basketball game that you're watching, or do you have?
I like the Butcher anyhow, so I'm rooting for the Butcher, not
says-
for New York, for the Butcher.
He says Tom Thibodeau looks like a butcher. That if you put a bloody apron on him,
That's right.
that
He never smiles.
that he looks
Man
like
of few words,
Yeah,
he
something
hates
like
the press conference after every game.
That's right.
The Butcher.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I want to just skip past Matt offering by way of just detour. That one time I almost fought Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
I
Move right past it. No follow up.
He didn't say fought. He said whoop Doc Rivers' ass is what he said.
I would have whooped up. But I like Doc.
I would have fought him if I was on that team when he gave Austin Rivers that contract. I would have fought everybody.
Stack, can I say it now?
Hell y'all thinking. Fought everybody.
Can I say it now, Stack?
Yes.
That's who he was yelling at during the game.
Trash.
That's who he's heckling. Austin Rivers.
Who was? You were?
Doodle stain trash.
Hey, Matt, we're front row. Media credential. Media row. You know how Clipper games during the dead balls, it's not like the Laker game, we got that buzz. It just gets quiet like a summer league game. Stack just yell out, "You're trash!"
Absolutely.
Austin's right there.
And I said it in capital letters. I said it in all caps.
Oh, boy. I'm not even mad. It was crazy that it happened, but if I had a son and he was, kind of struggling, at that time Austin was bouncing around, and he gave him another look. And the thing that was funny to me was Doc said that he was against signing him, and everyone else in the organization wanted to sign him. And
That's
that
my favorite.
was bullshit.
Wait a second.
But I wasn't mad. If I had a chance to give my son $35 million, like you got to think he got more than me, JJ, and Jamal, and we were guys that were really out there.
I should have jumped him.
Playing and kind of pushing the bar for that We Believe team, but. It's a business decision. I'm not mad. I mean, Lob City team. I'm not mad. It's a business decision.
Were either of y'all on the team when Blake did that video? I think y'all were at Philly during shoot around, and he started impersonating. That's what Austin looked like.
Oh yeah,
and he started
that
doing
was
the
funny.
stutters and then throw that bullshit ass
that high
floater.
floater. Yeah, that shit was funny. But hey, Blake is real funny. Actually, shout out Blake Griffin, man.
I
He
hope
just retired.
he goes into stand up, bro. I hope he goes.
So
into stand-up.
Stack, beginning of the year, we went to the comedy club, the comedy store in L.A., and we had the comedians do our basketball preview for the show. And we asked them, who's the funniest NBA player? And they all said Blake Griffin.
Yeah, Blake is funny.
Blake could do stand-up for real, is what they all said.
He's done stand-up before, but he's just a funny dude.
Oh, Jesus.
Blake in his time you got to think he was on every single commercial on TV.
Mm-hmm.
There are a lot of reverse dunks in this game by the Pacers.
Salute to OB, man.
Obi Toppin.
Flat foot. Reverse
Miles Turner.
Revenge
had one.
game for Obi.
There's a lot of stuff happening at the rim for the Pacers.
Mitchell Robinson is doing Mitchell Robinson type things. I mean,
so was it a knee injury that slowed him down? Because I know he was on
His
pace
foot.
to be really
It was
good
his
at
foot,
one
right?
point.
It was his ankle, right? For the ankle he had hurt.
he just had a dunk. He's back.
Well, he's wearing a wrap. He's wearing a wrap on the whole left.
Is that 33 to 3? Is that bench points?
Yes, 33 to 3
Yes.
Pacers bench points.
Salute to Deuce McBride. Messing up Thursday Thunder last week too, dog. I
He did,
apologize
he
to
did.
America, dog. I had two out of 3 for the last 10 weeks.
Obi
man.
showed out too.
Right,
You had
bruh.
him.
Him and T.J. McConnell.
How many
TJ
points
Jeffrey McConnell.
does McConnell have? He's got a lot of stuff at the rim. Are you guys annoyed by him? Like, who are the guys you play against?
That's why they losing. Because T.J. McConnell got double digits.
Jesus Christ.
And it's all
Straight
it's
up.
Yeah, he's got 16 points.
it's all around the rim.
Yeah, come on now, bro. 16.
Yep.
Cut it out, bro.
Let's play defense.
I mean, Obi Toppin is 9.
That's the big thing on Jalen Brunson, though. As great as he is on the offensive end,
defense.
he be a turnstile. You feel me?
Yeah.
Look at TJ.
There go another one.
I mean,
There go
it's
another
all
one.
at the
Stack.
rim. It's everything he's
18.
doing at the rim. It's T.J. McConnell at the rim. Look at Stugotz's body language. I just heard a sound that sounded like a small animal being killed.
It's concern, Dan. That's
Yeah,
what it is.
it was-
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is that a burp or a
Is T.J.
fart?
McConnell from Indiana?
He has to be, right?
Nah, I think he's from like Pittsburgh or something like that.
Well,
he
oh my God. Oh, my God.
Somebody
I told you, revenge game.
He
man.
just went through his legs.
East Bay Funk in a playoff game. There he is.
White Dante.
DiVincenzo. White Dante.
Where's TJ from?
Bruh, Obi going crazy.
Hey, between his legs on a fast
in
break.
the playoff
In the
game.
playoff.
He's from Pittsburgh.
Michael Ryan Ruiz got a top shot with Obi Toppin.
Same
If you
thing.
Yeah,
make
if
top
you want to
shot.
get rich, buy Mike Ryan's
Same
Obi
thing.
Toppin top shot.
Yes, sir.
Indiana, Pittsburgh, same thing.
Obi Toppin on a fast break just went between his legs.
This is a revenge game for him.
Tough finish by Dante there.
Tough kid. The Italian kid from Delaware.
TJ,
foreigner.
TJ McConnell.
Oh, my
Oh, did he get fouled? He got fouled too.
They counted?
Yeah, they're going to count
Ever
that.
since I talked about Miles Turner, he
Oh,
been
didn't get
balling.
fouled. But TJ McConnell looks like he's from Indiana, even if he's not from Indiana. He looks like he should be from Indiana. Here it is.
Oh,
Here's
look at
the.
this. That's tough.
Jesus.
That's disrespectful, right?
I don't think
You
that's
can't
ever-
let a guy do that.
Has that ever been done in a playoff? How is it disrespectful? You got to stop that shit. What you mean?
Imagine
You
if
gotta
Oakley
stop
was
it.
playing. I mean,
Disrespectful.
That was crazy. I've never seen one in a
All you
playoff
got to do is
game.
run and hit that back foot.
And it's not during damn. Damn.
Just tap it a little bit. Just tap it back foot a little bit. You ain't got to hit it hard. Just tap it.
Oh boy.
It's going to be all bad.
WFAT.
that's how we do it, man.
Brought to you by 1-800-Flowers.
If you do not buy flowers for your mother,
What are you going to
Easy,
do?
Dan. Easy, Dan.
Let me see what you're going to say here.
Nothing with the sheets. I mean,
Save up to 40% off Mother's Day bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
I'm going to shit under your pillows.
That's better. I'm okay with that.
WFAT.
I'm okay with that. That's better than wetting up their sheets. I don't know where that moisture was
It was
gonna be
just
coming
lemonade. It was just from the fridge. I
No,
don't
you
know.
didn't say lemonade.
No,
Stop that.
I mean, it was really the discomfort of the sheets that I was going for. Nobody likes.
From. No.
You know what I mean? Come on now.
Guaranteed to have shitty dreams.
We're going into a fourth quarter here, Stugotz.
I just gave him a point. Like he threw me a pass.
Shit jokes, yes, the two of you.
That's the highest honor, Stu, the point.
Stu's running back up the court.
Good pass, bro.
Oh my goodness, man.
You nervous, Stugotz?
Of course I'm nervous. I'm a Knicks fan. I mean, the Pacers, no one cares in Indiana, you know? They win, they lose, no one cares. Tomorrow, all the Knicks fans who have built them up to be the biggest thing in town, they will call the real WFAN tomorrow morning, Boomer and Gio, and they will bail on the Knicks so quickly if they lose this game. That's what sports radio is all about.
But you have confidence, do you not? I mean, fourth
No.
quarter, no? Fourth quarter at
Have
home.
you seen T.J. McConnell? I mean, he's
cooking.
Fourth quarter at home, if you believe in your team, you're not scared. What is it, a 5-point deficit?
Yeah, 5-point game. It's the amount of points they've given up. I mean,
But that's-
87.
But that's how the Pacers play. Like
I
the
know,
Pacers,
but that's not how the Knicks play. So the Pacers are playing their game, playing the pace they want to play, and the Knicks aren't. And that concerns me.
Turner's got 22. Siakam's got 11. McConnell's got 16. Those are the only people in
Crazy.
double digits. And then Brunson's got 22. Hart's got 17. Hartenstein, the third greatest Knick ever, got 13. And then DiVincenzo's got 19. Knicks only got 3 points from the bench.
I know. It's a problem, Dan.
Well, I brought that up earlier. I mean, if this, the minutes that the core group has to play,
right,
has to, because they've been playing this way the whole season, that has to catch up to you at some point.
And they lost Big Bogey for the season. He got foot surgery. Bojan Bogdanovic. He was a big piece and big relief. I feel like can come in and
He gave you minutes.
provide,
Yeah.
right?
And
Provide
score,
defense
too.
as
He's a good scorer.
You feel me?
For who?
For the New York Knicks.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Are you just realizing they got Bogdanovic?
They got him at the trade
I've
deadline.
never heard anyone say that.
Stugotz, is it like looking in a mirror right now?
Yes, it is. I'm so proud.
But it's not that he doesn't know. He's saying, I've just never heard anyone
Say he
talk
was
that way
he's
about
big. I never heard anyone say he was a piece, with all due respect.
Hey, yo.
But I might be. Yeah, okay, yeah, we could turn it that way because the other way didn't make no sense either.
It's not that he didn't know that he was a Knick. He's saying he's not respecting him as a scorer the way that you are.
Yeah, I missed that one.
I missed that one.
I like his commercials, though. Commercials are dope.
Bogdanovic's?
Yeah, he's got a lot of them.
What commercials?
Oh, wait. No, I'm thinking.
No, you know Boban.
What are you talking about?
Yes, forgive me.
I was like, I haven't seen those.
The one you're talking about is the killer, the one from Detroit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
from Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Detroit.
I got
Yes.
confused.
Forgive me. Forgive me. No, he's a killer. That was a good
Respect on
pickup
my
for
boy's
them.
name, okay.
Yeah, my bad. I thought you were talking about the big dude.
That's the
Boban. You know
Boban.
Boban.
the
Yeah,
drink.
the guy that was in the Matrix
in
or
the
something.
John Wick.
Yeah, in the John Wick film. Yeah.
The Matrix.
I hope Tobias Harris got like a 10-year deal with them chips because he gonna need it.
Juju, put it on the poll, please. Would the Matrix have been better if Boban had been in it? Because I do believe he would have.
Yeah, forgive me. Yeah, the Boban. What's his last name? Bogdanovich. Yeah, he's nice. I like his game.
For sure.
Stretch
I
four.
really thought that was uncommonly disrespectful.
I was like, damn,
of
dude.
you.
That's pretty good.
Understandable with Boban, though.
Yeah, and more well, because no one has ever described Boban as a scorer.
I was really confused. I haven't smoked since this morning, so I couldn't even blame it on the weed.
It's the margarita.
Yeah.
Are
It's
you-
the lack of
how,
weed.
Are you? Are you liking that one better? Are you
This is
liking?
good.
Because you
All
like
of them are good.
I can't believe y'all ain't never had no spicy margaritas, man.
I don't do spicy.
You don't eat hot wings?
I barely do spicy food. No, I just
For
don't.
real?
I think Matt has the one with the crickets in it.
I could. Oh, this Topham's hitting threes now. They might be in trouble.
Unbelievable.
No, I don't really do spicy. Like in 2014 with the Clipper team, you guys remember when Fireball was out?
Of course.
So DeAndre Jordan had
Yeah.
a costume party one time, and someone got me. I dressed up as Prince, and someone got me in a picture of drinking Fireball, and Fireball sent me like 10 boxes with like 20 bottles in it, and it took me like a year and a half to drink. But I drank all that stuff, and it tore my esophagus up.
Oh,
I
that's-
can't do
Fireball gets you.
nothing.
That's bad
I
decision
can't
making
do
by
nothing
you.
hot no more because that motor oil I was drinking.
That's the bad stuff, though.
Oh,
like,
bad.
that's not good.
Used to taste like Big Red gum. My parents used to chew Big Red. That shit used to taste like a bottle of Big Red. That was all bad, boy.
Ooh. The bench scoring is now 42-3.
Crazy. We don't have a bench, then. Boban's out.
Thibs plays everybody 40. He's gonna. Josh Hart, doesn't he play 46 minutes a game?
He's leading the playoffs. All I know is T.J. McConnell's looking like who's a great white hope.
Him.
Yeah, right.
Bogdanovich.
9 for 15 for 18 points.
Solid.
But I was asking you guys, a guy whose game that you ran into that would do things like McConnell, where you'd be like, this is just annoying. This shouldn't be happening.
Jeremy Lin during Lin's sanity, unbelievable out there with the Lakers. I guarded him, Kobe guarded him, Ron guarded him, Fish guarded him. He busted all our ass. I was just like, this can't be real. Something's going on right now.
As he was busting you up.
Something's going on right now. This is not real.
Boppy, we love you. You're leaving. It looks like you're getting up to leave.
Save me some beans and rice.
Hell of an effort, Gonzo. You carried us today. Good seeing you.
Bonzo.
See you later, Poppy.
Good seeing you. He was going to try and leave without saying goodbye. My father
That's
does
what he
those.
does.
I gave him the option of to leave,
the
and
easiest way, because you always got to say goodbye to so many people. I like Poppy's way. Just sneak out the back.
Yeah.
I gave him just hey, if you want to get out of here, it's like, okay, see you guys later.
What's going on in the Panther game?
0-0 still, second period.
Jesus.
This the second round of the
second
playoffs
round.
as well?
Yep. And we're supposed to win this series, but Boston's a little scary. So, game 1, just feeling it out.
In Boston or in
This one's in Florida.
Yep. Up by my house, about 2 hours from
Chris wants to be there. He'd prefer to be there.
Oh, much so. I sold my tickets today for this. But this is it. This is all you get. I'll miss one home game. That's it.
You okay?
That's a fine.
I like the sacrifice.
Yeah. That is a fine. Do you still carry cash that costs $1? You owe $1
He's being
fine
nice,
for
it's 10.
coughing into the microphone.
10 cough.
That's a fine.
Do you carry cash?
No, I got to cash app you.
That's what Stugotz says. It always works.
Put it on my tab.
Want me to spot you?
That makes an extra $1. You get an extra $1 when you don't have the money.
Just throw your tie in there too, Stu. That should cover that and the next 10 costs.
Oh, wait a minute.
I got a 10 for you.
You got to respect.
You pay me back when I coach with you, right?
There you go.
He's got on a dub sack right there.
Matt, you have to let me coach one game.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay.
Get it, boy, Yachinsky.
Panthers score, baby. Let's go.
Yachinsky.
Oh,
The boy Skorsky.
Who scored?
Who that is?
Kachuk.
The Chuckster.
Man.
This question was, I guess, for J.R. Smith, but he is not here. If you had to throw a bowl of soup at someone, what kind of soup would it be? He did throw, I think, tortilla soup at an assistant coach one time.
I'll throw a bowl of shit at Mo Cheeks.
Bowl of shit?
A bowl
of shit soup at Mo Cheeks.
You almost fought him too, didn't you? Didn't you almost fight him?
He was a jerk. I like Doc. I don't like Mo at all.
What happened?
Mo's an asshole. Just early in my career, like he was the head coach. I remember the one time firmly, and we were in D.C. and AI cussed him out like, "Motherfucker, just because you got a suit on, don't make you a coach." And I was just like, "Oh my God." In there, but then I wasn't getting a chance to play that much, so I was working on my game outside of practice, staying after, coming early, shooting coach, everything. And he came in the gym one time and laughed like, "Why are you working on your shot? You're not going to get to shoot that here." I'm like, "Damn, that's what coaches say to players." And then in one practice, I was on the second squad, third squad, and I got in, hit a shot, and he stopped practice to try to embarrass me. "You don't shoot the ball here, you pass it," and that was enough. I tried to chase after him, see Webb grabbed me, but luckily cooler heads prevailed. But yeah, I don't fuck with Mo Cheeks, so I'll throw a bowl of shit in Mo Cheeks' face.
Just because you're wearing a suit don't make you a coach. That shit was tough.
That's legendary, especially coming from AI.
I know people like to throw tomatoes at people, so I'll throw some tomato bisque in Scott Skiles' face.
That's when you was in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Jack was on the rap tour when he played for the
He
Bucks.
looked like a clown with all that makeup on, just red all on his face. I hit him with a large bowl of tomato bisque too. Not the half size, I want the big bowl.
He does look like a clown not wearing makeup.
He does.
He does. So does Frank Vogel.
He does.
Yeah.
Frank Vogel
So does Matthew Berry. So does Nick Nurse.
Oh, Barry caught us straight there. What happened?
Unfair.
Personal friend of mine. What's
That's
going
the
on here?
original.
That's the original clown who doesn't wear makeup who's running a balloon shop.
Personal friend of mine.
How many 5-year-olds could you take in a fight if they swarmed you all at once?
Where they from?
Where they from?
Indiana.
'Cause I know some. I know some 5-year-olds in Third Ward, Texas, that you probably don't want to run up on.
Singles.
One would kick my ass.
Hey man, they got cases and all that already in 5.
Smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
Mouth full of silver teeth.
Tattoos.
Silver teeth.
I know 2 5-year-olds got keys to the house already, so I don't know if you want to mess with them.
Stacks, where do you think Skiles is from?
Scott Skiles is probably from what's that plantation on Django?
What happened with you and Skiles? What happened?
He's just a jerk that don't know nothing about basketball. That obviously whatever drug that he was on and he couldn't do while he was in practice, he went through withdrawal every day in practice. Seemed like he just had an attitude towards everybody.
Hold on a second.
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
Yeah, he was on something. I don't know what it was, but he was on something.
Mm-hmm.
And he just had this shitty attitude every day at practice, and nobody liked it, and it got contagious to where we were just losing. He didn't have a positive bone in his body, and he just blamed it on everybody else. And I didn't let that go because he had a lot of young guys on the team. And they didn't understand what a positive coach or what a good coach looked like. He was a bad example.
Dan, I cannot co-sign the part about Scott Skiles not knowing anything about basketball. I don't know. Stack played for him.
Yep.
I don't know. But him being a negative dude that brought everybody down, that is universal.
Yeah.
Everybody who's ever played with or worked with Scott Skiles
Brings
says the
down.
same thing.
Really?
That dude will grind. Like, it's not even about grinding and working hard. It's literally what Stack said. It's negativity.
Energy. The energy.
Negative energy every day.
And all he had was one good game with 20 assists in his career, and he holds
30.
on to that.
30.
30, whatever it was.
That,
good, though.
One good game.
Stack.
It shines on a dog ass.
Hold on.
Once in a lifetime.
Hold on,
NBA
Stack.
record.
30
Hold-
assists. I mean,
Hold
30
on.
assists.
One game.
Hold on. There's two things. One is that he had the 30 assist game. Two was he fought Shaq in practice.
That's right.
He's lived off of
he
that
did
one
try to fight
forever.
Shaq.
He didn't back down, and he tried to fight Shaq in practice. I don't know what happened.
So he
but
would have fucked Jack up then. Is what you're saying to me.
That's not what I said.
Slap the shit
Hold
out
on
of
now.
him. The shit.
Hey, that's when Jack was doing concerts though.
Yeah.
Hartenstein. Or
Yeah,
who was that?
I stopped traveling with the team and
Josh
stopped
Hart.
promoting my mixtape.
Jack was doing mixtape
Yeah,
concerts.
I ain't coming
remember,
to practice or nothing.
I remember I came in there with the Lakers. That's when me and Kobe met you in the club.
Yeah, the
remember
club.
that? In Milwaukee.
He called me.
Like,
I wasn't going to practice or
out?
nothing.
Stack.
So you trade me. I'm like, then I'll come to practice when I know I'm traded.
Stack. This is the Black Trade Days in Milwaukee.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Those good times. Those good times in Milwaukee. And I was on the team. I named Milwaukee Trillwaukee now.
I know these margaritas are going down like
They
water.
love it. I need another one, actually. When are we going to the smoker section?
You feel me?
The game. Hey, they made one for us. Shout out Dan. The green room is ours. Literally.
Man. Hey, man.
If you guys want to go back there and smoke out, we go ahead into the
They
green
have a smoking room
They've
for
got
real?
No. They don't have a smoking room. It's the green room.
Oh, okay.
That's where they go to be green.
You guys want to go back there and smoke out? Looking ass.
We have another quarter.
But
Yeah,
you
we'll be professional.
We're going to need you back. No, we'll just come back here with 5 minutes left if you want. You can
Oh,
watch
we
the game.
also
in there.
have headphones and microphones.
We can get you microphones back there
From
if
the
you
green
want.
room?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Now that's
If you
tempting.
want,
Now that's
ahead.
tempting.
Go ahead.
If the show must go on,
Can you
and
see
we
us?
can
Can you
indulge,
see us while we're back there too? Damn, I need to tell my girl to go get my stuff real quick.
I have tree.
Do you?
I have no papers though.
True Rollins.
That's
They
like
got papers for you. Let's get it.
God damn it.
it's like how high.
Don't force me.
Remember How High?
I like that backer.
Method Man had the tree, but Red Man had the
Come on,
paper.
Dan.
Just
Come
me.
on, Dan.
Come on, Dan.
Dan, I think you should go. I think we can hold it down here. Me, Stugotz, Mike. Not Mike.
Oh, he's going.
Mike.
The big guy's going.
Never mind.
Stu's like, wait, I can't.
I can't hold it
Stu,
down.
how do they not let you in?
I smoke. I mean,
Just wait till it's rolled up, then pop over there.
I will.
Just a quick one too in the. Just stand always to the left.
By the way, for long
I just
term,
need a heater.
For long time listeners of the show, I just want everyone to know that Taylor's out there. He's dying. He is dying a slow death out in the common area.
Yeah, a lot of stress, man.
The carrier.
I mean, they're down 4 to the Pacers at home. Pacers have 94 points in the fourth quarter. Absurd. Is Dan going to smoke?
No, he's not. There's no smoking. It's a no-smoking facility, Stu, as you know. That's why you gotta cross
outside.
You go outside. You cross the street to smoke a cigarette.
You're right.
Stugotz, what's your stress level right now? 1 to 10.
It's pretty high. I don't want to lose game 1 at home. Like, the fans will turn on the Knicks. Like, it's the Pacers. I'm losing to T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin.
You know what I've realized the last few years as a
just
fan?
beat Embiid.
As a fan in the playoffs, I like the first 2 games on the road because it's like I just need to get one of these. Whereas if you're at home to start a series, it's like I have to go 2-0
So much
here.
pressure.
Right.
Like there's like
You're holding
last year
serve,
the Panthers.
yes.
We were the 8th seed, so we were on the road every play. It was such a nice feeling of let's just get one of these first 2, and then we get to go home.
Chris, you know the crazy thing? Home court advantage really doesn't matter until Game 7. Then all of a sudden you're like, shit, I'm glad I have home court advantage. Up until then, like you said, first 2 on the road, I don't need to win them 2. I just need to win 1.
Like the Pacers, they know if they get 1 in New York, that's all they needed.
Stugotz, I got a question for you as a longtime Knicks fan. How do you feel about John Starks being all over the TV screens, all in the videos?
Going 2 for 18 in Game 7?
What? No, I'm talking about this year. All of a sudden, he's at every game. Now, I worked with John Starks when I worked for the Knicks 20 years ago, right? 20 years ago, I worked with him. He's been part of the organization for 20 years.
Yes.
They've been in the playoffs in those 20 years.
Right.
This year is the first time I've seen him at every game, and they show him on TV every time.
He's there with Ewing, with some other guys. I can't get on Starks for that.
No?
I mean, he's a Knicks legend.
A little bit. Look at me, Louie, though.
No, I know, but I mean, all these people at the game right now, this is their first game.
Huge 3 from Dante.
Big 3 from Dante.
The Italian kid from Delaware.
Yeah.
Matt, what's going on in there, man? The green room.
I just saw White Dante hit that 3. That was really big. Juju, can I use that name? That's a name you gave, but I don't want to steal it unless I have authorization.
You got to know. I got that from Bomani Jones, though.
Okay.
So, yeah, he been calling that for a while.
Okay, we can hand me down that then.
Where'd Stacks go?
I don't know. Jack is probably looking to add some mushrooms to his weed, so he's probably searching a little bit for that. He'll be here soon.
Getting some more accoutrement, if you will.
That's right. Stu, how bad do you wish you were over there?
So bad.
Go over there right now.
I mean, mushrooms.
Ooh.
That's got to be a goal 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was. Knicks are down 1 with
a good game.
8 minutes to go. It is a good game.
That shit must be gas, Matt, because we can smell it in here already.
I believe it. It is. It's from the West Coast.
Damn.
I don't know who should be more kind of obviously in the moment in the game, but as good as Indiana's bench is playing and they're only up 1, oh my God. Is that Mathurin?
What is going on?
Oh my God. Who was that?
Neesmith.
Oh, forget what I was saying.
What were you going to say?
By the way,
I was just saying, as good as their bench is playing, can this
Right.
happen and they're still in a ball game.
Yes.
Like, can this happen every single game?
And Obi Toppin went through the legs in this close-ass game.
So Neesmith couldn't even play for the Celtics.
He didn't get no time. I remember that.
Yeah, and now he's killing for the Pacers. That's one of the things I love about the league is that you can see a guy in one place.
It's fit.
Yep. And then transfer them somewhere else. All of a sudden they went from like DMPs to fixtures on a playoff team that's winning a game 1.
Yeah, that's tough. It's all about fits and opportunities. I mean, a lot of these guys can play, but unfortunately, not everybody can get on the court. So you just need the right opportunity and a coach that believes in you and allows you to play through mistakes. A lot of times, younger players don't get a chance to play through mistakes. So if you're allowed to play through mistakes, but coaches that understand that's going to happen, obviously that's going to add to your confidence.
Matt, how long did it take you to get to be a rotation player?
That Golden State team.
No, you was a rotation player before that.
Well, I mean, it looked when I was in SAC, I was a rotation player, but I got traded with Webb to Philly, and then I didn't play for almost 2.5 years in Philly. So Golden State, after that little SAC run was the first time I was really, really in the mix. He dunked on him. Yeah, Robinson ain't been the same. What did he got was it a knee injury, a foot injury?
Ankle.
Ankle. Okay. Because I remember a couple years ago, he was a monster.
What did y'all think about the Joel Embiid saying I was trying to protect myself when he pulled Mitchell Robinson down?
Full of shit.
Okay, thank you.
Are you guys tired of Embiid? Because
I love Embiid. I think he's a hell of a talent.
Yeah, but it's always like somebody else's fault. It's never Joel Embiid's fault. It's always someone else.
There's a lot of guys in the league that are stars that are like that, though, for being honest.
Name a few, Matt.
I'll pass.
Pass it to Steven. Is he rolling a joint right now?
As we speak.
Favorite way to consume weed?
This way. I think I've been a joint, and I was a blunt smoker for a long time, but joints, I'll dabble with edibles, but I kind of just enjoy the process of getting there. You know, they say trust the process in Philly. I know the process of what it's going to take me to get to where I need to be with the joint. Everything else is kind of a gamble. So
what's that one? Is it called a volcano or whatever? The one where they heat it up into a bag?
Volcano.
Yeah. What do you think about that one?
They say that's the cleanest way to smoke. So I've done that a little bit. Then gravity bongs and bongs. A lot of different ways, would it pick your poison? But I'm more of just old school. Let me get there how I'm going to get there with a nice pace. I'll take a joint. What about you, Jack? Your favorite way to get to your level?
Blunt. A nice blunt. Stuff to the rim, about 3.5 grams in it.
Damn.
Hey, yo.
To the head.
Yeah, we don't smoke just paper or
And I don't
we
share.
smoke a
We're
lot
not
of tree.
sharing either. We smoke the whole thing.
That's an eighth of weed, Jax.
I can't get high sharing the blunt with nobody. I gotta have the whole thing.
Exactly. Exactly. I've been preaching that from the highest mountaintop. What kind of man is you? You sharing blunts? It's COVID-19 and everything out here. You throwing rocks at COVID-20 just to hit somebody blunt? Get your
But you remember that used to be the part of the enjoyment of smoking in a circle with the homies was passing it around and getting high. But yeah, COVID killed all that.
Facts.
Where's the best weed?
California.
California? Yeah. More than Denver?
I would say California.
I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. I was in Denver for the finals. Someone passed me a joint. I took one hit, and I've never been so high so fast in my entire life.
They could have had PCP on that for all you know. You can't
get wet.
It's a dangerous game.
Getting wet out here.
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, ain't nobody like to get wet.
Could have got you slippery without even knowing. You can't never take a
Hey,
joint.
yo. Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's a hey, yo for doing it.
Exactly. You don't know where the hell you could have ended
From
up
a stranger?
Not from a stranger. No.
Okay. Still, though.
It was a stranger. Look how he said it. It was a damn stranger. Look at his eyes. It wasn't a stranger.
I knew who she was.
Hey.
But she might have had a game plan you didn't know about it,
You feel me?
Game plan failed then.
23, 12, and 7 for Josh Hart.
I might have to put him in my top 5 Knicks of all time.
Right. Right.
Oh, my God. What a game he's having.
Hell of a game.
I'm with you on edibles, by the way, because, like, for me, I like to get straight to it,
Right
like,
to
I
the
don't
money.
drink 20 beers. I do 2 shots of tequila. I'm drunk. I'm hammered. That's it. With the edibles, sometimes it
I'm
takes...
hammered?
2 shots of
2
tequila.
shots
I'm
of
done. I'm
tequila?
getting old, Tom. But here's the thing. Like, I'm with Matt on this because with an edible, sometimes it's a half hour. Sometimes it's an hour and 15 minutes. You never know. Plus, you never know if you took the right amount.
Yeah.
That's all I don't like.
You could not be feeling it and then want to re-up, and as soon as you re-up, it's lights out.
Yeah, right?
Mask on, creep silent.
Yeah.
Somebody take Stu to church.
You about to school. What did Gino say? Milligrams, schmilligrams.
Well, he's rolling a joint with an eighth right now. I mean,
Gino Ariema said that?
No, one of our homeboys.
Gino Fuentes?
Yes, Gino Fuentes is who they were.
He said that before, Dan. I heard him say that.
Toretta?
Said Gino Ariema.
Hey, Dan, could you make me another drink? Because whoever made my last drink, oh, my God.
That was on point.
That's terrible.
Oh, the last drink sucked?
Oh, that's so goddamn strong. And the other one was red. This one is...
Yeah, because Dan, know you did a little bit of time in the blood organization.
This is
Allegedly.
allegedly.
No, there's no alleged there at all.
This is moonshinish.
All journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
Somebody just gave me some moonshine. Straight moonshine.
We've run out of margarita. We didn't have enough because you guys have gone through it pretty good.
I'm feeling good, Dan. I'm not gonna lie.
This is what we do.
I underestimated you. My apologies. We'll do better next time.
Just know we came from this, Dan. This is how we used to be before we played.
Nothing but the best.
Yeah, if only you knew how Matt Dad used to drop them off to school.
Oh man, I don't know if we could tell that on TV.
What they call?
Waved off.
What? No basket.
No basket.
Josh Hart with the heart.
I'm not peeling the man bun braids either.
This flower being smoked is presented by 100 Flowers.
There you go.
Save 40% off Mother's Day bestsellers at 100flowers.com/Dan.
Nighttime Chris, I'm telling you.
Dan's gonna shit on your pillow if you don't order your mom flowers.
If you don't get your mother flowers, I'm gonna push your grandmother over.
Oh, damn.
Hey, what?
Stu.
Yo.
By the end of this, we need a picture of Chris holding up the 100 sign because this is his Wilt 100-point game.
No doubt.
You are on fire. You're doing better than I did against Tony on NBA Live earlier.
Hey, come on.
Not possible.
I shot like 90% from the field against Tony.
There was a glitch in that game, I think.
Jason Kidd had 40.
Josh Hart misses a lot of free throws, huh?
Grabs a lot of boards.
Uh-oh.
Got 47 boards right now.
Knicks as a team miss a lot of free throws as well.
Siakam.
Good
Should
shot,
I see you?
Siakam.
I was on stack right
We've
there.
added Taylor to the back of this room just to feel his
Wasn't
stress.
on me.
You would have took a charge.
He wouldn't even be on that team.
You would took a charge.
He can't fit. He couldn't fit on the team we was on. That we was out there.
God.
He ain't got no felonies.
Yes, he needed that.
He ain't got no felonies.
He got no felonies. Jesus.
The headband got a felony.
Mine got expunged.
The Knicks have missed an unusual number of shots around the rim, like just easy shots that normally go in. Like this doesn't.
They're 42% from three, but you're right.
How many people on the court are known scorers though?
Just Brunson.
Right now,
Yeah.
OG he can score, but he's more of a hustle energy guy that can score.
Well, I don't think of Josh Hart as a known scorer, but he is averaging 17 points a game in the playoffs.
Right, and 17 in the league is killing.
They need to go to that pick and roll, Hartenstein high pick and roll, because that's always open. But they don't trust him in the fourth quarter like they're supposed to.
All of Hartenstein's points in the fourth quarter are coming if he gets them himself by grabbing offensive rebounds. They're not doing anything for him.
I mean, that's the same for Josh Hart. A lot of his stuff is off of hustle and offensive rebounds. When he hit that three, that big three against Philly, he talked about after the game where he said the game plan, he knew the Sixers' defensive scheme was if Hart shoot and let him shoot. So he said when they threw the ball to him, he knew the rotation was not going to come to him, and that gave him confidence to take that three. No, he's going to be wide open. Wow.
Yeah, because nobody's they're not calling no plays for him, so that's the only way he's going to get his buckets.
Big three by Brunson.
Big shot.
Pacers have 4 turnovers. That's it.
It's good
No,
basketball.
I can't even imagine what it feels like to be Rick Brunson. Like, your son is playing for the team that you coach on, and he's killing.
OG. I already know Brunson finna shoot this.
Roof is gonna come off this place.
Look at everybody standing up. Ben Stiller want to lose his. Oh!
Way to sell it.
Ben Stiller want to lose his mind right now. Hey, what's the most annoying celebrity y'all have ever interacted with during a game?
You know what? I'm not gonna say annoying because I don't think I ever paid attention to none of them that too much for them to be annoying. But I got a cool one.
Give me the coolest celebrity you ever interacted with during a game.
Jack Nicholls.
Hey,
For real?
Jack Nicholls.
Man, just I had a great experience with him. We was going back and forth against the Lakers. I had 30-something points, and I hit the 2 big threes. I was going back and forth against Kobe with threes at the end of the game, and he pulled me going to the locker room and say, "Hey, Jack, you was the better Jack tonight."
Oh shit! Damn!
Yeah,
No, that's
wow.
Yo, that might be the greatest.
Wow.
Hey, and I have the picture of me and him that night, and it says Jack and Jack. Somebody framed it for me, made it for me.
Well, fuck my story. That was dope. Good story. I don't have nothing for you guys. That was dope.
I want to hear it anyway.
That's a good
even
story.
I'm pretty sure it's
Matt,
funny.
Matt's story's like Papoose.
Yeah, let me think. That was a good story, Jack. I don't even want to tell nothing. I got to think of something first, but that was too good to even tell. That was
You remember that game though?
With Golden State.
Yeah. The Lakers. We played the Lakers back-to-back nights, and Kobe was going crazy. We was up 20 at halftime. They came back, and we almost lost in L.A., but we ended up winning and that was when we was trying to get to the playoff.
Wait a minute, Steven, wait a minute. Are Amin, Juju, and Tony laughing because he called him Jack Nichols? What are you guys laughing about
Jack
back
Nicholson?
there? No, what are you guys laughing about back there?
We're not laughing at that.
Jack Nicholson.
But they've just fallen. They're not laughing at you. They've
The
just
Joker.
fallen out of their chairs
We're
laughing
stoned,
at
Dan.
something. Yeah, I guess it's
Laughing
because,
at
and I don't know what it is. That's what I thought.
They're laughing at me. They're laughing at me, man.
Dan, you
I
can,
fucked it up.
Hey, they can laugh at Jack. Don't
No,
be
they're not
afraid to
laughing
laugh
at Jack. We're not laughing at Jack.
We're
We're laughing at me.
We're not laughing at Jack at all.
I definitely fucked it up.
No, but they're not.
But that's my
laughing
guy
at you.
though. That was my guy.
There's the butcher.
Jack Nichols.
Now put me in the movie, Jack. I hope you hear this and put me in the movie.
The butcher.
He does look like a butcher. He I mean, there's no one in the league who looks more like a butcher.
Dan, did Joakim Noah admit it to you when you had him on South Beach Sessions, which you could get wherever you get podcasts?
He would not admit it.
Really?
He refused to admit it. He would not say anything bad about Thibs. He thought that was something bad to say about Thibs. I told him the statute of limitations was up. I gave him permission. He wouldn't do it.
Is it Thibs with the TH or Tibbs?
That's a good question.
Is that too many margaritas? Or
That's something else we were laughing at
or
back
have I been saying it wrong for the last 20 years?
Is the H silent?
Yeah, I thought I was saying it wrong. Maybe Dan just had a
Thibs. Thibodeau.
Thibs.
Let me get some Thibs.
You got to have a lisp to say his name. Thibodeau. Thibs.
Close game, y'all. What are we doing?
Okay.
That was a great play.
There you go. Look still.
Strawberry in the building.
Yes, sir. Oh, they took the lead.
Right.
Took the lead.
Indiana has played.
Nowhere to go.
They're going to spin.
Shit
Nowhere
out.
to go.
That's the guy I'm mad at, Marbury. Marbury has not been in that building in 15 years, man.
That's because he's been in China.
Right, he been in
That's
China
good
being
point.
the man.
The GOAT.
7-0
I got a
run.
statue in China.
Give it back.
Weak ass spin move. Aim it, hold it, drop it. In the face. In the face. In the face.
Oof, 38-16
The Pacers have played a perfect game.
Right.
If they lose,
Who they going to? Who they
Right,
going?
they don't got no number one.
They have nobody to get a bucket. No,
Stack,
nobody.
you saw him pick up the dribble. Like they get the foul call here, but he picks up the dribble first.
Turnover by who?
Halliburton.
Come on, baby. It's the playoffs, man. You got to take the shot. You can't turn it over. Y'all got to get an attempt.
He wants it, though.
Hold it, aim it, drop it.
Papa's so proud.
Dog, that's every time I see him kill, that's the thing I think of all the time. That Rick's
Dad
on
on
that
the
bench,
too,
watching
yeah.
his son do that.
Yeah, shout out Rick. You're a real one.
Long career for me, but there's nothing more that enjoyable in my life than watching my kids succeed at something they love and hooping. It's just like I trade that for my whole career, so I can only imagine on the biggest level in the Garden, and your son is him.
What is Clyde wearing?
See, that's why it's hard to
Big
make him
ass
the
tie.
best. That's why it's hard to make him the best nigga of all time. Like, bro, you ain't going to your games no more. That's how you was dressing when you was a rookie.
Still got it.
I got a little ass tie on.
Jimmy. That's what you look like off the 5 Heartbeats.
Nights like this, I wish.
You want my spot plays?
Oh, no.
That's why they don't run plays for him.
Yep.
You got to give that up, bro.
Oh, boy.
Jesus.
Give that up.
Good pass.
Every possession's got to count.
Chris, how are the Panthers doing?
Getting their ass kicked. I feel like I'm letting them down being here.
What are they down 2-1 or 3-1?
3-1.
Damn, it was just 1-0 them.
Game's over, yeah.
Not over.
Yeah, game's over.
Ooh.
Okay.
Is that a kick?
Wow.
That's a good
They
call.
gonna call that one?
That's a good
Kick
call.
ball.
That's a
Foul
good call.
or
It
kick
wasn't a
ball?
clean rip. That's a
They
good
gonna
call.
review it. They gonna review this.
That's a foul, Hallie. You just ain't Gary Payton out there now. Hack Street Boy.
Oh, I don't know about that one.
Let's see.
Super slow.
That's ball.
What do you
that's
mean
wrist.
it's ball?
That's
Wrist.
ball.
That's
What are you
wrist.
talking about?
Wrist is part of the ball.
Extension?
Hand is part of the ball. I never heard the wrist.
That's foul. That's inside wrist.
Wrist is part
Inside
of the ball.
wrist. Yeah. Hey.
It's an extension.
Hey, Amin, I'm getting thrown out. I don't get that call at this point in the game. They throwing me out. I'm going crazy for that call.
But what if you was on defense?
Huh?
If you was on defense and you did that?
I'm getting thrown out both ways.
Jackson night was ending at the 143 mark regardless.
Straight up. I better get it.
So have you guys ever had a live stream with two of the guys you were live streaming with went in the green room and greened it up?
Just one.
What if it was 3?
Go for it, Juju.
Our
MMA
staff
that's
is
right.
in here.
Presented by Corvo.
Yeah, we got all the smoke staff in
Yeah,
here.
well, our staff.
Doing
We all
our-
Well,
together.
we're about to do a crossover right now.
There we
Juju's
go.
on his way.
Come on, Juju, guy. This ain't our first time indulging.
So Juju Gotti, for those that don't know, I don't know. Hypochondriac might be too much of a word.
No, that's
That's
perfect.
a word.
That's about right.
That's the perfect word. But I try to protect him. I was like,
He would say he's
germ conscious.
He would say that.
What's going to happen here? They're
That was
reviewing
ball.
this.
That looked like ball, Jay.
What? Well, we can't play it, so we have to just
Yeah,
read his lips.
They overturned it.
I'm looking at the Knicks crowd. I'm looking at Taylor. Hold on. Yeah, Taylor's dying over here.
They're giving the
Somebody
Pacers the
coughing to get
ball.
off there.
Yep.
Siakam had the ball.
It's a kick.
That's a kick.
I told y'all.
It's a kick. Challenge the kick.
No, they gave the ball to the Pacers.
That's ridiculous.
I told y'all. Stacky would have been ejected for no reason.
Nah, it would have been worth it.
You was on defense.
Yeah,
We
no,
got the ball back.
I want the call regardless. I want to be right.
You wrote right the first time?
Yeah, because the referee's never wrong.
High screen and roll. Here we go. Halliburton.
See what I'm saying? Nah, come on.
Gives it up to Nemhart.
Come on, man. Come
to
on,
Nemhart.
man. Nah, you can't
Nemhart's doing the penetration. Nemhart's doing the layup. Nemhart's winning this game for him.
Come on, man. Nemhart was taking them shots in college, too, though. Don't forget. And he been picking up full court. I'm not sure about that mustache he got, though. Kind of Ron Jeremy-ish.
Nothing wrong with the mustache.
Brunson. ISO at the top. Cross, tween, behind the back.
Hold
Fight away. Wow.
Why are you letting him go left?
Bottom of the net. It don't matter where he goes.
Nah, send him right and jump right there at his left hand.
He's got 40,
That's
18 in the
decision
fourth.
you take as a defender. Not going left.
Nemhart.
This is the go-to?
That's the go-to.
See, me and you was right
He
earlier.
needs his Amari Stoudemire.
Everybody was tripping on us.
That's a kick. That's a kick. Oh, don't even do that. That's a kick. You can't review that. That's
I
a
can't
kick.
stand the end of games now, man.
Hold on a second, though. If he's arguing that vociferously, you sure he kicked that? Like, it looked like it to me, too. But if he's arguing like that,
Dan, what does that word mean? Vociferously?
Oh, no, that hit his hand. He threw it off his hand, yeah. No foot action.
I need an angle.
That went off his hand, and they can't do nothing about it.
They owe us a call.
Ooh.
Yo, Taylor just said, please, God, Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson's ISOing at the top. Kicks it out DiVincenzo.
Oh my God! That shit was deep.
That's big.
Yo, is Villanova about to win the NBA title?
You got to live with that, bro. You don't want Jalen
Yeah,
hitting it. I'd
definitely.
rather him
Right.
shoot it than anybody.
Settle down. I mean, you
No,
don't
maybe
beat the
not than
Pacers
anybody,
in the second round
but
and win
definitely
the
more than
NBA
Brunson.
title.
him and Hart, either one.
I'll be
gotta
honest
live
with you,
with that.
Jax. I was going to say that.
You got to live with either one of them.
Yeah, I thought the rotation was slow, but then on the replay, no, he was right up on him.
You got to make Jalen give it up. You got to make him give it up. He just hit 3 in a row. You got to make him give it up.
And he closed out.
And he closed out. He was right there. Big shot.
Yeah, big shot.
The pre-rotation is crazy. That's one of my favorite things on NBA defense is watching people pre-rotate because you got to kind of anticipate where the pass is going, but at the same time you're dealing with the greatest shooters in the world. So basically, pre-rotation isn't even enough. You have to be on the dude.
I just think at this position in this point in the game, you send Jalen right and make him make that pass to with his left hand going
Across his body?
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of letting him go to his left where he can make that pass clean.
Yo, Sack, how often do you watch and you be like, why y'all guarding him like that? When you see, especially when we see people getting off for 50, 60, 70 points even.
I do it all the time because I'm like me and Matt, we both took pride in playing defense. And one thing I can say about being with San Antonio at the beginning of my career, that trained me to study players, to read scouting reports, to take away the things that they like to do best and watch tape. And I did that my whole career.
As someone who had to write scouting reports, I'm glad you said that because half the time I was like, nobody's reading this shit.
I
man.
read it.
No, definitely. Read it and as shit. We were reading
Nasty.
it before the film.
Look, all right, now do something with it. That's what you got to give it to me. One dribble max. See, he can do that one dribble max. One dribble max. That's what he need. Anything over one dribble is nasty.
You can't foul here, right?
No, they have to.
Oh.
What happened?
Oh, turn. That's a turnover.
Is that a turn?
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 That's a turnover. It's not a foul.
They got to challenge it.
Come on, Thibs.
Because they didn't call. What's Thibs talking about?
He's just yelling. I mean, that's what he
does.
does.
It's off his leg.
It went off his leg?
Yeah, I think that's off
Okay,
old boy's
all right.
leg.
It wasn't no foul, though.
But so let me ask you guys this question because there's a 3-second difference on the shot clock. A 3-second difference. You don't foul here.
Foul
right?
immediately.
No, you have to foul.
Instant foul.
Are they?
Foul
Is it-
immediately.
is it- oh, they're down 1. No, I think you go for a trap first. Maybe 1 or 2 traps they'll tell them, and then foul out of that.
Yeah.
Still got to get it over.
Backcourt, yeah. Backcourt trap. As soon as you get over with, stupid foul.
Not good, Dana.
What do you mean not good? You're up by 1. Indiana's played a perfect game. They haven't turned the ball over. They've got whatever it is, 50-3 on bench scoring, and you're winning anyway.
For now.
And you've got the ball. Like, what's not good?
We think we have the ball.
No,
We
you've
don't
got
know
the
yet.
Dan,
ball.
you don't understand
He
the
doesn't get it.
psychology of a
Yes.
Knicks fan, man. I'm a reformed. I was on it, and then I got cleared. They cured me, right, by working there. That's how I learned. I was like, oh, you can't root for this shit.
But you're winning the game. You have the ball. You're winning, and
We're
you have the
conditioned
ball.
to think the worst.
The worst is going to happen, Dan. That's how this shit works.
You're winning, and
Dan, they were winning against Indiana when Reggie Miller scored 900 points in the last 2 seconds of a game. They were winning that game too.
Amin will appreciate that one.
Damn, that was off record though.
Did you hear it?
I did not.
One of my homeboys said it looks like Clyde Frazier still fucks with Farouk over at Fox Hills Mall. Suits.
Look at him.
It's not even called Fox Hills Mall no more.
Everybody just get them packs of T-shirts from Farouk, man. All colors, V-necks.
You need something, buddy?
Oh, man, that's funny.
Don't know.
Yo, there's an NBA that was so glorious does not exist anymore, man.
Such a good time.
Them days was the days, man.
Spinners and jewelry and
Oh, jeez.
didn't have to pay for it.
Got a foul, right?
Trap him.
Oh, what?
Hit Brunson.
What?
Dan, I done told you, Dan.
Only Zach would want to do something like that.
That's exactly why he didn't want to jinx it.
Come on, Zach. How you gonna see that, Zach? You don't see that.
Bing can hit him back. Yeah.
The ball. His foot wasn't down. Oh no.
He was already out of bounds.
Oh, it hit him. It hit him. It hit him back. Like it hits right there. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got feet down. He's out of bounds.
He was still in the bro. He was still in the
That's off
He was in
Brunson.
the
That's a good call.
Oh. Who's your go-to guy though? So you can't be the star and come out the game on defense. I hate that type shit.
Gotta go, Hallie. You gotta keep it. You gotta keep it.
Oh, illegal.
Come on, now. Come on, yo. Come on.
That was Halliburton's
You
fault.
don't
Taylor
call
said
that.
you have to call it there.
That was Halliburton's
you
fault.
have to call
That
it.
happened to Connecticut girls. Salute
Yeah,
to
that was a
Connecticut.
foul. Halliburton's got to wait till he gets there.
Hey, Matt, say that. Hold on, Matt. Hold on. Matt, say that again because a lot of people don't know this.
You got to wait for your screen. You got to make sure the screen is set. That's on because you know what I mean.
That's on the guard.
It's on
A
the
lot
guard.
of people
That's on
blame.
Halliburton?
It's
Yeah.
on the guard
He went too
because the
early.
guard goes too early.
Yeah.
The big gets a call, but the big.
Especially in a flopping league too. You know what I mean? Like you got to make sure your guy is all the way set, and that's on the guard.
Right. Which further proof that Hallie ain't the number one right now, dog. You can't be making any type of mistakes in this situation, bro.
The ref cam is too close. Can they back up the camera?
The cam is too close and the mic is too far
Thank
because
you.
we can never hear what they're saying.
That tie too close to your neck.
Guys, that's not a call.
that a
That's not
foul?
a
Yeah,
call
I
to
don't-
make
I don't know
there.
if you're
Come
making
on.
that.
That's a play
the
on.
right call.
No, that's a play on.
Man, come on.
Dan, you know what they call that? Gamesmanship,
You
right
gotta-
there.
you gotta
DiVincenzo.
play on there.
We teach that shit.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Come on,
Who
you
teach
can't
that?
call
You
that.
get another look
We.
at that.
We is in who?
Who's
Nah, you don't call it at the
That's
end
a
of the
tough
game.
call to
All right?
make.
Y'all been controlling the last minute and a half of the game with the whistle. Come on, man, let them
That's,
play.
that's slow motion.
That's the little
That's
G.I.
sl-
Joe, too. What's his name? The little dude looks like a G.I. Joe. Number 39.
No, who's Zach? Zach Zarba?
No, the
39.
referee looks like a G.I. Joe. You'll see him. Not Zach. Not the one that looks like a frog. The other one.
David Guthrie. He don't got the guts to call nothing.
Yeah. The little,
Emily!
no, definitely not Ed. You'll see him.
What's my man with the bad fade right there? What's his name?
Yeah, that's that bowl. That's that Vietnam
You
fade.
got to fade with some scissors.
Come on, man.
That's some
What kind of
shit.
call?
Vietnam fade.
6 seconds left in the game.
Knicks got so lucky there. That's a bad call.
Dan, we should drink every time we do the show, man. It's so much better. We haven't mentioned how comedy has changed one time.
What are you doing here? What are you doing?
Oh, come on, man.
Too many calls now.
Golly.
Come on, man. Let these dudes
So
play
wait a minute. Is that on the inbound? So they getting a free throw? Like
No,
did
hold
they get
on.
the ball
Free
in?
throw and the ball.
No,
the
hold
ball
on.
The ball
Hold
wasn't in the air
on.
yet.
Hold on.
Oh, come on, man.
You gonna call? No.
Yeah, shot the
man,
ball.
This is crazy,
Yes.
dog. This is crazy, dog. This is crazy.
What's
dog.
so crazy?
Here you go, New York.
City.
Just handing it to him.
Welcome to New York City.
That's bad.
No one wants to see Indiana in the Eastern Finals, huh?
There you go.
Right. That's boring to hell.
I said,
I like the
hey,
Celtics.
Juju, I said the biggest nightmare the league has is Cavs Pacers conference finals.
Oh my God. I'm going to Cancun if that happens.
I can't believe the referees controlled the last minute and a half of the game with the whistle, man. That's crazy.
That should be 2 shots of the ball.
In the ball?
Yep.
A flagrant. They
Yeah.
should call a flagrant
Yeah,
there
watch it again.
for giving
Yeah.
Josh Hart an
Look at this.
elbow.
Look at that.
Yes. They should kick all the They should eject 7 Pacers and suspend them for the next game while they're at it.
Jack knows a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, can't deny that one. 12 for 12 from the line.
Fourth consecutive 40-point.
Dog, this guy's amazing.
Who you talking about, Jalen Brunson?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Best player in the East right now.
easily. Better than Tatum.
Can't even
Better than
argue.
Brown.
Can't even argue that.
Better than Donovan Mitchell.
TJ McConnell?
The jury's out.
That's
Hold on.
That's too far.
DiVincenzo.
Hartenstein.
Top 3 Nick.
I want you guys here whenever you come back into the studio here. I want
They're never
you-
coming back.
I want you to.
Why would they?
On our little toddler hoop, I
Yes.
want you to do a recreation for us of the bad call on the pick on what is that?
Not a number one, Dan. That's what that is. That's
What
not
was-
a number one.
What was that?
That's game time.
What was
Number
he
2.
doing? What was he doing?
That's game time. Taylor's done kicked my chair about 7 times in the last 2 seconds.
Taylor said the refs did a good job today.
Say something, bro.
They did.
Say something.
The Knicks stole one at home. I mean,
We stole that one. Jalen Brunson has completely changed my life.
It's your life.
I love him.
The refs are up 1-0 in the series.
oh, you knock it off.
Come on.
We
Stugotz.
got our
can't-
A1 tomorrow morning.
You can't even argue it. Can
It don't
you?
even matter what happens in Nuggets Wolves. Tomorrow morning we're starting with
I'll be
refs
damned.
1.
Yeah, hold up on
Pacers 0.
that one.
Taylor's happiness is brought to you by 1-800-Flowers.
Yes.
Save up to 40% on Mother's Day bestsellers at 1-800-Flowers.com/Dan.
If you do not buy flowers for your mother, I will release 1,000 frogs in your house.
When he said release, I got really scared.
Yeah, I didn't know where that was going.
Hey, salute to Jenny in the building. What's up, Jenny?
Jimmy Butler?
Nah, our boss, Jenny.
Oh, Jenny, my fault.
Is that a fine?
I misheard him.
Jack Nichols.
Oh, boy, Slizzard.
Fibs.
We should do another
Papoose.
a dunk tank. Remember we put Drunkerman in the dunk tank and they dunked his ass in Milwaukee? Damn,
I saw Jokic jump.
The Panthers are losing, Chris Cody?
Yeah, I hate everything.
Are you?
Me and Billy told you, don't worry about it until it gets to the Stanley Cup final. Then you can start worrying about it. This right, don't worry about it.
That was big, Dad.
I can still get there by the end of the third if I leave right now.
Why would you want
I can't get there. It takes like 2 hours to get there from here.
Lucy, what's going on at the Met Gala?
Oh, it's been over for a while. I've just been sitting. I didn't know the right time to leave. You know I have to be here tomorrow? Dude, I have to be up in like 7 hours.
Are you coming to work tomorrow? We're going to get the present. You were going to get the delight of your company tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know what I'm going to have to say. I'm already tired. I'm not going to have enough sleep tomorrow. Can't get my 12 hours.
It's going to be all of us tomorrow.
12 hours?
I can sleep 12 hours.
Are you a baby?
Easily.
What?
Yeah, I love to sleep, dude. It's my favorite hobby.
Gentlemen, we appreciate you being
And Lucy.
You're welcome.
With us.
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you. I was talking to
Just
Jax.
making sure.
I was talking to Matt Barnes and
Matt's
Jax
on his way back to you.
in the other room. Oh, we're getting a shot of his ass there. There. All right.
We don't know whose ass that is.
Yeah.
That's
An ass.
Production guy's ass.
Wasn't Matt's ass.
Production guy's ass. I do think it'd be funny if we recreated on this set behind me the illegal pick.
Oh, wait, Dan, you'd like a recreation of basketball play? Like something that maybe a couple of people over here try to do, and you kick to the...
But on our knees, because it's
Hey,
a toddler's...
yo.
Because it's a toddler's...
Never mind, you got
It's
it.
a toddler's hoop.
Dan, you always got to make it freaky, bruh.
Because it's a toddler's hoop. We couldn't get a real-sized hoop here. It's a...
That's why.
And so yes, that is why. So I think you guys should show us the correct way to set a pick while everybody is on their knees.
Whoa.
That's crazy, man. Matt, he wants you on your knees. I don't know what's happening here.
I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna sit this one out if you guys don't mind.
I want to go home.
All right, we're all going home. Good night, everybody.
That was good.